Environmental is a full-service environmental consulting, engineering, and contracting firm. Cline Environmental serves local government and private sector interests in the Mid-South and the Midwest. At Cline Environmental, our team includes 3 FAA Part 107 drone pilots, 2 engineers, 5 expert operators, and over 15 years experience of problem solving for our clients. Engineers, contractors, problem solvers. Cline Environmental. Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Hello, my name is Gene Roberts. I'm the owner of the franchise for Fox's Pizza Den in Bono, Arkansas, and I'd like to thank our customers for eating local with us.
Looking for an easy and convenient way to pay your Ritter Communications bill? Pay Near Me allows you to pay your bill at home with your mobile wallet, with your credit or debit card, or in cash, with over 30,000 locations nationwide. Whether you pay with cash, credit card, or directly from your bank account, know that we provide you with secure and convenient ways to pay your bill. Ritter Communications, right by you.
You can't be everywhere at once, but we can be anywhere you are. The Anywhere app by First National Bank. Putting you first, always.
Our family relies on the internet every day. We both work from home at times, so our Wi-Fi just has to be there. We learn with it, laugh with it, and count on it for all kinds of things in our home.
Your family depends on strong internet and Wi-Fi. That's why Ritter provides fast internet speeds to meet your needs every day. To learn more about our internet and Wi-Fi choices, call or visit rittercommunications.com.
Before day one, life was very hard. It was depressing and lonely, and I wasn't really seeing the trueness that I could be seeing. I experienced amazing things. I experienced friendship, true love, and the Holy Spirit, and I do not regret going.
presented by Denver's Refrigeration and Cline Environmental. We're getting set for the Westside Warriors and the Heber Springs Panthers. Blake Wood, Marcus Carlton here with you. We're going to have kickoff just a few minutes early here, Marcus.
Yeah, nothing like being out on the road and the referees and the hometown crowd deciding, hey, let's go ahead and get this thing underway. They're just not taking TV into consideration here. So
we don't have orange arms or TV guy down on the sidelines. So here we go. Westside won the toss. Heber receives to start this football game. And away we go from Heber Springs. Opening kickoff goes to Parker Brown, and he is hit immediately by Darvin Fowler, and that's a good start to the game for the red and white.
yeah, that's been a consistent theme as far as Fowler pursuing to the ball on defense or special teams, either one. He's really stepped up his game in his pursuit and staying focused in on the ball.
Fowler gets the tackle. You'll see him on the offensive side here in a minute, but for now it'll be the Heber Springs Panthers coming out on offense to get things started. They'll be in the gun, one receiver out to the right. Snap is away, looking to pass is Xander Lindley, and he flips it out left side to Brown, and Brown going to pick up the first down, and away we go here in Heber.
Yeah, and they won't take much time between snaps. Their head coach, Coach Wood, is a disciple of Kevin Kelly. He was actually on PA's staff when Coach Kelly was there, so they will go 4 and 5 wide the whole game, and they will probably hurry up to the line. I don't think they used the onside kick the way Pulaski Academy did, but other than that, you'll see a lot of PA sprinkled in this.
Already back to the line, working quickly in this one already. It's going to be the handoff to Brown once again, goes up the middle, good defensive stop right up the gut for the Warriors, and that'll bring up second down and about 9 for the Panthers.
I didn't see who made that tackle there, but Westside's defense has been pretty strong in the first couple games against Brooklyn and Hoxie both. Of course, they held Brooklyn scoreless for, of the 48 minutes, about 44 minutes of the game was scoreless.
Panthers 0-2, a loss to Clinton, a loss to Southside, trying to pick up their first win of the season here against Westside tonight. Rollout, pass, incomplete, almost intercepted by Cole Stonecipher, but he drops it. We're going to go to third down and 8.
Yeah, it would have been a spectacular catch had he pulled that in, but it hit him, looked like in his right hand, and I think it got there a little bit quicker than he was anticipating, too.
Trying to get it one-handed, doesn't get it, but we do go to third down. 11 minutes, 12 seconds left to play here in the first. Again, the Panthers looking for their first win. Westside is 1-1 after a good win a couple of weeks ago at Hoxie, 21-19. Snap is away, working quickly, drops back to pass, flush up the middle, got some room to run. Gets past Hedger and slides down after the first down, so a third down conversion for the Panthers here early.
Yeah, that's a good conversion there by the quarterback. He didn't see anything downfield. Coverage was good, so he takes off running, and good awareness by him to get just enough to get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Panthers, again, moving quickly. Xander Lindley in at quarterback. Motion to the right-hand side from Brown. Fakes the handoff, throws it out left side to Easton Cusick. And he's going to get about 7 yards, brings up second down at 3.
Yeah, we got our first flag of the game there. Looks like where it's thrown, it was going to be holding on the offense, and I believe that's what the white hat just indicated. So that'll back Heber up a little bit and let the Westside defense kind of regroup a little here.
Big penalty, so instead of second and short, it will now be first and long as they'll replay first down after the holding penalty on the Panthers. High movement, high motion, quick offense for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's what the scouting report said. Said they would be quick to the line and a lot of window dressing, if you will, on movement before the snap.
We got trips to the right.
Screen pass, tunnel screen.
Nice pass on the interior, but it's snuffed out. Dalton Yancey makes the catch, but in comes Darvin Fowler.
Yeah, nice way to stay at home there by Darvin Fowler. He didn't get distracted by the motion and all the pre-snap movement and was able to just stay at home and make the tackle.
Darvin Fowler, you see him a ton on the offensive side of the ball, but arguably better on the defensive side of the ball. And you really don't want to run across that guy in an open field scenario when he's picked up speed.
Look, if he's chasing me, I'm probably just going to try to run out of bounds.
Just fall down, one of the two.
Yeah.
All right, Lindley in
In the gun, drops back to pass, looking to pass, got some time, flushed out of the pocket, rolls right, improvises, first down, Panthers.
Let's see. Actually, that's going to be third. He just got back to the original line of scrimmage. I was thrown off a little bit, too, because I was looking for the sticks, and then the yard marker went to third down, and I'm like, wait a minute, something's not right. So
My apologies. 3rd and 8 is now the yardage, as they were backed up almost 10 yards behind the original line of scrimmage after a holding penalty earlier. Here's the third down play. It's 3rd down and 8. We're on the 45. Lindley's joined in the backfield by Brown. Brown takes the handoff, goes left-hand side, grabbed by the legs by Darlin Fowler. We've got 4th down.
yeah, and so far on defense, it's pretty much been the Darvin Fowler show. He's made 3 big tackles already on this opening drive, and it looks like that they're going to get Heber off the field here, and Westside offense will get their first look.
4th down, 6 is the yardage.
Plenty of time on the play clock here. It's just now crossing over into 13 seconds.
Looks like Heber Springs is working a little slower here on 4th down as they get things set.
Yeah, and they're going to go for it.
They are going for it. 4th and 6 for the Marbles on this drive. Lindley passes over the middle, goes nowhere, and it's going to be a turnover on downs, and Westside gets a stop here in the first.
Yeah, I will say Heber had good protection on that play. He had plenty of time to look downfield and try to find a receiver, but the Westside defense had great coverage. Everybody stayed at home, and pass was incomplete.
So we got a turnover on downs with 8:22 left to play in the first quarter. You're watching Westside Warriors football on Tubetown, presented by Denver's Refrigeration and Cline Environmental. We are glad to have you with us. Power eye formation for the Warriors. Handoff goes left side. Nothing doing there. 2nd and long now. 8:10 left to play in the first quarter. Good stop early on for Heber Springs after the turnover on downs.
Yeah, I think you'll see Westside, even though those plays look like they're not going for much, Coach Ingles setting things up for later in the game. If you have the bigger offensive line, you try to lean on the defense and fatigue them faster.
2nd down and 9. Yarda goes under center. You got Fowler, Crane, and Hedger in the backfield. Goes straight up the middle to Darvin Fowler, and a huge run up the middle by the fullback. That's going to be 3rd and short now for Westside.
Thank you for that play call, Coach, right there on cue. You see what happens. The defensive line's probably taking a little bit of a deeper breath after that first hit there, and then Fowler's able to bust his way through the line for 9 yards, and now very 3rd and manageable here at 3rd and 2.
Quick acceleration for Fowler on what was a short run, bust right up the gut, and it takes him about 7 yards to get him down. Here's the 3rd down play. Again, in that power eye formation you'll see most of the night from the Warriors. Handoff goes straight back up the middle to Cameron Hedger, and he's going to pick up the first down.
Yeah, we haven't seen Hedger run up the middle a lot yet this season. Most of the time when he gets the ball, it's going to the outside to utilize his speed, but they saw something they liked there, and Connor Crane was able to open up a big hole for him, and he got just enough yardage to move the chains and keep this clock running.
Everybody in the Warriors' backfield is a senior. Hedger himself all-conference, all-state for Darvin Fowler. Connor Crane dealt with that elbow injury towards the tail end of last season, and up the middle goes Fowler once again, and that's all you really have to do. Move it about 5 yards, rumbles ahead, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, pulling about 3 defenders with him as he went and cut that yardage in half right there on first down. Now you come up 2nd and 5, and, so far so good on this opening drive for the Warriors.
6.5 left to play here in the first quarter. We are at Heber Springs. You are watching Westside Warriors football on Tubetown. Blake Gwynn, Marcus Carlton here with you.
It's our first time to have you on board in this 2022 season.
I'm excited about it. I missed you guys. Missed the tail end of last season.
You're a busy man.
It happens. Up the middle goes Connor Crane, and he's got the first down. So 2 first downs and about 3 plays for the Warriors. And here they come, and this is what you want to see if you're on the sideline of the Warriors.
Yeah, and this is, this is vintage Westside. It's, what's coming. We're going to run right at you and stop it if you can. And so far, fortunately for the Warriors, Heber doesn't have an answer to this point.
Talking about before the game how Heber has had trouble stopping the run thus far this season against Clinton. Most importantly, they struggled there. Also having a little trouble moving the ball as well. Loss at Clinton 30-14. Loss at Southside 44-6. Running was an issue in both of those games as far as defensively for the Panthers.
Yeah, I talked to some the Southside radio guy prior to this game, and he told me that they probably had a big film study session on run defense this past week after the way Southside moved the ball.
Well, and that's not good news coming in against Westside. And 4 guys who can run the football in the backfield, all seniors, most with all-conference honors. Here's the pitch out to the right-hand side to Hedger. Hedger reverses course, goes up the left-hand side. See ya.
How about that?
Cameron Hedger.
Take a look at it here on the Cline environmental replay. The original play was supposed to go to the far side of the field. Nothing there. He reverses field, comes all the way back. Great job by the offensive line and everyone on offense to stay at home and be able to throw that block to spring Hedger up the sideline. And once he gets to the sideline, Blake, it's over. He's very few people are going to catch him from behind.
If he can set the corner, good riddance. And that's what that was. Extra point by Montana Neely is good. So it's going to be 7-0 as the Warriors claim the lead on the legs of Cameron Hedger. You are watching Westside Warriors football on Tubetown.
Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Welcome back to Westside Warriors football on Tubetown, presented by Denver's Refrigeration and Cline Environmental. If Cameron Hedger sets the corner, you are absolutely finished. Point proven right there on the run by Cameron Hedger.
Yeah, and we've seen that a couple times this year. He had a big one 2 weeks ago in the game against Hoxie. I believe it was between a 75 and 80-yard run, and it was pretty much the same deal.
He reversed course. You mentioned great job by the blocking crew to stay at home. No holding penalties. You see that a lot on that play. The opening or the kickoff, second kickoff of the game is away, and a good play made on special teams by Brady Smith, and that's where the drive will start for the Panthers with 4:47 left to play in the first. They trail Westside 7-0.
It'd be interesting to see if Heber comes out and tries to do anything different this drive, or if they stick with their same scheme from the opening drive, because Westside seemed to have, for the most part, they had the passing game pretty well covered. The big plays from Heber came when their quarterback decided to scramble.
Xander Lindley did have time to throw, but there was pretty good coverage in your secondary. Had nowhere to go. This is a pitch out to Parker Brown, out left side, flag in the backfield. We got another holding penalty coming your way.
Yeah, 2 flags thrown there. One of them is definitely going to be holding, and we'll have to see if the other one was an additional penalty.
Todd Wood was not the slightest bit happy with his team on that play. He was having a pretty good discussion over there.
Pretty animated over there on that far sideline. So
he did not care for – it wasn't the call. It was the action.
Right.
That was the issue there. And so they're backed up 10 yards. We've seen this before. It happened on the first drive for Heber Springs, and it's going to be 1st and 20.
Yeah, and this is, that Westside defensive front has got to be foaming at the mouth right now with this 1st and 20.
4:30 left to play in the first. Motion out right. Brown will go into the receiver position. Quick pump fake. Goes up the middle on the keeper. Doesn't get much. Gets some of it back, but it's 2nd down and long.
Yeah, and quarterback gave himself up there. Lucky that Darvin Fowler didn't pick up a personal foul penalty there, because he was already in motion, I guess is the best way to put that, when quarterback went into his slide and might have caught a little break there.
Darvin Fowler plays so aggressively and with so much energy that that can be an issue at times there with him. But, again, you don't want to dial him back because that's what you're looking for, a guy flying around making plays.
Yeah, and when that train gets rolling, it's hard to get it to slow down or stop.
What do you want the kid to do, you know? Drops back to pass. He's chased out of the pocket, just throws it away over to the left-hand side. Good job by Xander Lindley to get rid of it, but that was Weston Watlington who was chasing the quarterback out of the pocket that time, 3rd and long.
Yeah, great pursuit there by the sophomore Weston Watlington. You know, we heard the Watlington name 2 weeks ago in the Hoxie game because big brother Tyler Watlington was the one that recovered the fumble to secure the Westside victory. So you've got 2 Watlingtons on that defensive front right now. And, you know, there might be a little bit of difference in their age, but looking at them here, 33 and 53, there's not a lot of difference in their size.
2 Watlingtons, 2 Neelys, 2 Rasdens. Interesting.
We've got the sets of brothers on the west side.
We had the
Engel brothers.
The Engel brothers, and absolutely. It's always fun, too.
Little tunnel screen there. Didn't go for much.
No, absolutely not. Westside defense playing unbelievable so far.
The defense, I'm telling you, the defense has been the story this season so far because for as unentertaining, I guess is the best way to put it, as it was for the Brooklyn game, the defense played pretty well that night. It was the equivalent of a 1-0 baseball game.
I mean, it is. It's 6-0. I mean, you can't say a whole lot defensively there.
Right.
And we're going to punt. First punt of the game is punted by Brown. Good punt. He goes end over end, bounces inside of the 20, and finally downed by the Panthers right about the 20 or 19, and that's where Westside will resume play with just under 3 minutes left to play in the first. Good punt there by Parker Brown.
Yeah, great punt. He got a good bounce to go with it, get a good home Heber Springs bounce there to, back Westside up to inside their own 20 to start this next drive.
This is one of those drives where Westside plays their cards right. You can eat up this and the rest of the second quarter, and off you go. You got plenty of room to run.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, you do the old 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and we'll probably still have the offense on the field here leading into halftime.
I've had games, you go in the spread offense, Jonesboro, teams like that. You'll take up 4 pages of notebook paper, keeping your scores on Westside. A lot of times it's just one piece of paper that was on your drive, and they get an immediate return on investment on that run up the middle, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Warriors. 2:45 left to play, and they have a 7-point lead.
Yeah, and then Westside, as you said, they don't seem to be in any kind of hurry. They're just, this is what Westside does. They just take their time, and they roll over you.
If you can't stop the run against Westside, it's a slow death. And they will literally just walk all over you. I had somebody describe that to me, that Westside just walked all over them. Not necessarily ran, but walked. They just march it down the field. They beat you up in the process. They eat the clock away. And the next thing you know, the game's over. You've been run all over. So you're going to have to find a way to make them get creative with their playbook, as that run is stifled. It's going to be 3rd and short this time for the Warriors.
Yeah, and if you're Heber, that's a win right there, because you shut them down right at the line. Prior to that play, they'd been getting 3, 4, sometimes even 5 yards on a single carry.
Here's the 3rd down play. It's 3rd down and 2. Fowler, Hedger, Crane in the backfield. Yurda under center. Spins it around, and it is stopped once again. Had a flag come in there late.
Yeah, coming in late like that, it might be a face mask, might be something on the defense.
Weird spot for a hold, but we'll see what it is. Just a minute.
He's pausing for dramatic effect.
Looked like we've got they were looking in for the...
That was a hold.
It was a hold. They were trying to get the accept or decline from Todd Wood. It's a hold on the Warriors, so that one hurts a little bit. It's going to be 3rd down and long now for the Warriors. Is in short yardage situation, a lot they can throw at you, but the holding penalty backs them up 10 yards. So 3rd and about 12, minute and a half left to play in the first. Yurda goes under center. Offset eye here. Looks like it's going to be Crane, Hedger, and Fowler again. Handoff goes to Crane up the middle. gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but it's going to be 4th and 10 now for the Warriors, and we're going to have a punt upcoming as they're deep into their own territory.
Yeah, and Yerta is the punter as well as the quarterback, and a pretty solid defensive back as well. So that always changes things a little bit. Now, obviously not in this situation with 4th and 11 from inside your own. Well, he's going to be inside the 10 where he catches the punt. But, later in the game, that could be a situation where you could easily throw a fake in there.
Need a good punt here from Yerta. Parker Brown back deep to receive. It is a good punt. End over end. Hits big. Picked up by Brown. Brown takes off towards the left-hand side of the field. 35-30. Do have a flag down on the opposite side of the field in position for a potential hold. That was a good return down to around the 20, and we're going to get the call from the official here to see what the result of that play is.
Yeah, where that was thrown, it looks like this may be coming back, and the penalty may be on Heber. But it was thrown clear across the field from where he ran. So I mean, if that's either way, that neither coach is going to be happy about how this falls, and it's on Heber.
Holding on Heber Springs. Man, oh, man, that was on the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, he was outside the hash marks on the side of the field closest to us, and his teammate was sprinting down the sideline on the far side of the field. So Coach Wood, again, not going to be happy with that penalty.
That hurts, too, because you're in the red zone.
Oh, you had momentum. I mean, you had your punt return. You got everything you wanted there. You got a great return. You're setting up inside the red zone, best field position of the night, and now you're suddenly back to midfield.
So Westside retains the 7-0 lead. They have punted away. So right about where Parker Brown caught that punt initially before about the 30-yard return is where they're at. They're just inside the 50 on the west side end of the field. 29 seconds left to play in the first. Brown takes it, and the Warriors are in the backfield, and he's taken down by a host of Warriors. Looks like Clay McMillan on the tackle.
Yeah, and McMillan is a name that we've called a lot in the last game against Hoxie. He had quite the night on the defensive side of the ball. He had several huge tackles that they always seem to be momentum-killing type tackles for Hoxie.
7-0. We have ended the first quarter. So with that, they have a 7-0 lead, and it's been a good first half of football here in Heber Springs. You are watching Westside Warriors football on Tubetown.
Advertising and Promotion Commission is proud to present the Downtown Jonesboro Barbecue Festival. Coming back to Jonesboro Friday and Saturday, September the 23rd and 24th. Friday night, September the 23rd on the Right Fiber Ritter Communications stage, it's Queen's Ride. And performing Saturday night the 24th, the Gin Blossoms. And it's all free. That's right, free. Music all day on the Right Fiber Ritter Communications stage and an additional stage. And the festival will also host the First National Bank Kansas City Barbecue Society sanctioned Arkansas State Championship with over $13,000 in prize money. The event includes the 3rd annual SCA State Cook-Off on Friday night with a grand prize of $1,000 and an invitation to the SCA Championship in Houston, Texas. Remember, it's all free. The Downtown Jonesboro Barbecue Festival, Friday and Saturday, September the 23rd and 24th in downtown Jonesboro. For entry forms and more information, search Downtown Jonesboro Barbecue Fest on Facebook.
Panthers starting the second quarter here with a drop back by Lindley. Lindley flushed out of the pocket, goes up the middle, room to run. Tackle is made by Cole Stonecipher across the 50-yard line.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the athleticism of this quarterback because he's made positive plays where it looked like he was almost dead in the water. He's able to scramble, and he's got a good enough speed where he can kind of get away from this defensive front a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see if he can keep that up the entire game because he's running a lot early here.
3rd down and 4, ball on the 42. Rolls out right, hits Brown. Brown is tackled once again by Stonecipher. There's a flag well after the play, and this one I believe is going to be on Heber Springs once again. There was a hold right there, I think, in the backfield, so this one's likely coming back.
Well, and you kind of wonder, with it being so far after the play was over, It's definitely on Heber. I didn't catch his motion there. It was
a hold.
Okay. I'm multitasking. Sometimes when it's real late like that, it could be a personal foul, but another hold. And this is quite the change of fortune because in the first couple games, especially that Brooklyn game, it was Westside early and often getting the holding penalties and pretty much every other kind of penalty.
Well, and these penalties, they're away from the ball and behind the play, and that just doesn't make a lot of sense, really. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that's completely avoidable. You do that when you get beat, or you do that when you're out ahead of the play and you're trying to make a big play. Like, you can kind of see that happening, but those are the avoidable ones. Those are the ones that you talk about after the game. It says, guys, this can't happen there because the offense is moving the ball some. We got another penalty. It'll be delay of game.
Oh, delay of game.
And another one. So back we go.
Wow. Back-to-back
5
penalties.
yards on that one. That's tough. So what was, again, a productive drive for Heber Springs is now 3rd and long. .50 left to play in the half. The Warriors holding a 7-point lead on the touchdown by Cameron Hedger. Lindley drops back to pass, fires over the middle. It's a good pass to Dalton Yancey. Yancey's taken down not far from where he caught the pass, but a good pitch and catch. Catches them up a little bit. It's going to bring up 4th down and 3 for the Panthers.
Yeah, he found a little soft spot in the coverage there and was just able to get a lot of the yardage back they had lost on the previous 2 penalties.
Ball is on the 40-yard line. It's a 4th and short situation. There's been 1 attempt at a 4th down so far. It was not converted by the Panthers as the Warriors forced to stop. Here we go for the 2nd time. Handed off up the middle to Brown. Brown turns around the corner, gets the 1st down plus, and a new set of downs coming for the Panthers with 10:08 left to play here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, Coach Engel won't be happy with that because it looked like they had him pinned up and let him get to the corner and get down the sideline and pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive. And it's plays like that allow your opponent to build momentum and give them confidence moving the ball down the field.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Lindley drops back to pass, fires out deep left-hand side. Pass is caught by Logan Rutledge. Or did he drop it?
I think they said he
dropped it.
Yeah.
He was over there left-hand side, had it in his hands, couldn't take it down to the ground. There was a defender there. And that was Gavin Rasden on the coverage for the Warriors.
Yeah, I thought he had it. I actually turned my head and thought he had the catch, but
can't get it down to the ground. Empty backfield now for the Panthers. Lindley to pass once again, flushed out. The Warriors are in the backfield, fires away to get rid of it. It's incomplete. Well defended on every area of the ball there for the Warriors.
Yeah, you can't defend it a whole lot better than that. You had good pursuit on the quarterback. You chased him, made him uncomfortable, and then Hedger come up and makes a nice play on the receiver as he's trying to bring the ball in.
Hitting the 10-minute mark in this half. So far, the scoring came on the legs of Cameron Hedger. Now the Panthers are trying to drive here. It is 3rd down and 10. Ball on the 36-yard line for Heber Springs. Lindley deep over the center, and he had his man wide open but overthrows him as Parker Brown was deep over the middle. But the pass is incomplete. Montana Neely was beat on that coverage, but pass was overthrown.
Yeah, very fortunate there that the Warriors didn't give up a touchdown. Just quarterback led his receiver just a little too much, but the receiver had cleared the defenders and had nothing but green grass and home front in front of him.
9:55 left to play in this half of football, and here comes a 4th down play. 1 for 2 on 4th down conversions in this game are the Panthers, and the Warriors looking for another stop here. Empty backfield for the Panthers, and here's Lindley to throw. Deep over the middle, he's overthrown him again, and that's a turnover on downs for the Panthers.
Yeah, better coverage that time in the defensive backfield by Westside. Looked like Hedger was the defender that was with the receiver there stride for stride. But once again, the little too much air under the ball and leads his receiver too much. And Westside will get into the shot with start their drive with 9:50 left here before half. And, again, this is one of those drives where, Westside could probably extend this out. If they go the full length here, the set looks like about 75 yards. They could take this clock probably all the way down to 3.5, 4 minutes.
The drive will start on the opposite 36. So they'll need to take it 74 yards to the house, and they could go up 2 scores. 9:50 left in the half. Here's the handoff to Cameron Hedger. Gets around the corner. He needs one good block. And
nice stiff arm.
One tackle,
wow.
And he is taken down finally deep into the other side of the field. Chris Edwards on the tackle finally, as Hedger had one man to beat but broke a huge tackle about halfway through that run.
Yeah, you see this on the Cline environmental replay there. There's a great stiff arm, and then there's a penalty there at the end. I believe they're going to call. Oh, we got a flag back at the line of scrimmage. Holy cow.
Oh, boy.
How did I miss that?
I didn't see it either. All the way back.
Wow. Just completely wipes out that big run. Well, I guess that, explains why he was able to get to the corner so easily.
It seemed like that was, like you said, a little too easy on the outside, and that would make a little bit of sense.
Yeah.
So we will back up 10 yards from where she started. And
man, those holding penalties, those are killers, because not only now are you backed up and you wiped out a big momentum play, arguably the fastest guy on the team is probably going to have to go to the sideline for a second and get a breather because he just ran 75 yards.
All right, so we'll do it again. First down and 18. 9:20 left to play in the half. And Yerta rolls out, gets a block on the end, slips between 2 tackles, and he picks up several yards there. Gets inside of the original line of scrimmage, so we're back in business. Second down and probably 8 coming for the Warriors.
Does Rasden get the assist on that tackle there? Because he seemed like the one that slowed down Yerta the most on that run.
He did. It was one of those things, it was like trying to get around somebody on a sidewalk. You just can't do it. They're just everywhere you go. They're right there.
Yeah.
He needs eyes in the back of his head.
Got to pull the Captain America on your left.
That was it. Absolutely. 8:45 left to play now in this half, and there's one in the backfield. A little T here for
It's a
the
little
Warriors.
different set.
Motion in the backfield. Pitch out right side, Connor Crane, but the Panthers are right there. Nothing doing for the Warriors on that one. That'll bring up third down and 8.
That's a nice play by the Heber Springs defense there. Little different look from the Westside offense, and they stayed at home and kept Crane to a minimal gain there, which is not easy to do because if you take a look at 44, he's put on quite a bit of good weight from last year.
Loss of 1. It's third down and 9. Ball on the 37. We got about 8 minutes left in this half, and it is a 7-0 Westside Warriors lead. Looking for the third down conversion. Handoff to Hedger. Hedger out of room, trying to make something out of nothing. Can't do it. Fourth down now as the Panthers with good defensive coverage on back-to-back plays. It'll be 4th and 10.
Yeah, the defense for Heber Springs has definitely tightened up a little bit on this drive and thrown Westside for minimal gain or no gain on the last couple plays.
Yerta in punt formation. Parker Brown deep to receive. The second punt of the night for Yerta, assuming that is the case here. Punt is away, and it is a beauty. Do have some laundry on the field near where the line of scrimmage was. Brown is loose, and up the right-hand side, he's got people to beat, and he's beat them, and it's gone. There is laundry on the field, so hold up just a minute.
And that was thrown pretty quick after the snap. Normally when it's thrown that quick, that's going to be an offsides, but we'll wait and see. But how about this returner for Heber? That's twice now that he has really just turned the Jets on by getting to the sideline.
Still waiting on the call here. There is laundry on the field. You are right, though. Either way, Parker Brown is quite the athlete. Personal foul on Heber Springs, and boy, that'll set
Goodness.
Heber sideline into a frenzy.
Wow.
Parker Brown's having himself a day, but there's absolutely nothing in the scorebook for the junior all-conference running back.
Yeah, you got to feel for the guy, man. He's had two very good returns, and neither one of them will be remembered. other than people watching because, as you said, it's not going in the scorebook.
And that's tough because, again, you mentioned 2 good returns, and the personal foul one was, must have been a hands to the face or something like that. And anyway, Heber Springs should easily be either even or ahead at this point. I mean, it's tough. Been a tough night for them on the penalties. We do have a timeout called to 6:54 left to play in the half. Westside leads at 7-0.
Environmental is a full-service environmental consulting, engineering, and contracting firm. Cline Environmental serves local government and private sector interests in the Mid-South and the Midwest. At Cline Environmental, our team includes 3 FAA Part 107 drone pilots, 2 engineers, 5 expert operators, and over 15 years experience of problem solving for our clients. Engineers, contractors, problem solvers. Cline Environmental.
Parker Brown's had 2 good returns, both of which have been negated by penalties, so those runs will come all the way back. Westside has punted on back-to-back possessions. 2 good punts by Gus Yerda. It's the coverage that have really been the issue.
Yeah, I mean, the punts were really good. It's almost one of those things of, he might be out-punting his coverage a little bit, and they've got to find a way to keep Parker Brown from getting to the sidelines because very much like Hedger is for the Westside offense, if Brown hits that sideline in punt return mode, chances are you're not going to catch him.
And you can't ignore the fact that he's run them basically back both times. He got inside of the 20 on the first one and then scored on the second one. Either way, hold or no hold, or second was a personal foul. You got to be concerned about that. So
I might kick away from him next time.
I might do it. Go the opposite side of the field. Westside picks up the first down on the personal foul.
Another flag. Very lucky there that that pass was not picked off because it kind of floated, kind of hung up in the air there. The defender got a good hand on it, just couldn't bring it in. And then there's the offensive penalty. I believe it was a hold again. So recurring theme so far for both teams, honestly.
It's not been an attractive game at all so far.
Had some electric plays. We just not,
absolutely. Gotten excited a couple times. Everybody's doing good.
Sun's out of our eyes now, so we're,
Oh, yeah, everybody's great. Everybody's doing good. We're having a good time at Heber Springs. Holding penalties galore. 6:49 left to play in the half. We'll see what we can do here. There's a blitz coming left-hand side, picked up on a good block by Connor Crane, and there's about a 4-yard gain there for Westside. It's going to be about 2nd and 15.
The run blitz was definitely on there, and Crane, as he's done all year, he's really good about picking up the blitz and being a lead blocker, was able to shut that blitz down and make it ineffective and let Hedger get positive yardage.
So they're still behind the chains. It looks like 2nd and 16 maybe on the 46-yard line. 6:15 left to play in this half of football. Westside really probably like to eat the rest of this and then maybe pick up a late score. Certainly would like to give it back to Heber Springs. Yerda's going to pass. Got a guy open if he can hit him, and just a little bit left on the pass, but we had a receiver that was open right there.
It's tight end Jordan Hall out there and just out of reach. He had a step on the defender, but is just out of his reach there. I like that call. That's a good time to take a shot right there. Now we've got a conflict between the down marker and the scoreboard. One says 3rd down, one says 4th down, and I just saw the referee on the closest sideline here point to the down marker and say, okay, you're correct, so it's 3rd down.
3rd down, ball on the 46-yard line, 16 yards to go for the Westside Warriors. Handoff goes to Fowler. Fowler's grabbed by the legs by Jacob McMullen of the Panthers. Good stop there, and we got a 4th down coming up, and it looks like the punt team is coming on now for the Warriors. Of course, as you mentioned earlier, Marcus, Yerda is the punter, so that adds a little wrinkle to that if you're Heber Springs.
Yeah, and it appears Heber's made a pretty good adjustment on defense there. They've stifled the running game of Westside the last couple drives and forced them into punting situations. So they figured something out there on their defensive front.
5:20 left to play in the half. Yerda in punt formation, rolls to him, picks it up. Good play by Gus Yerda to scoop that and punt it. Brown is going to make the catch going backwards, and a fair catch.
That was so much could have gone wrong there.
Yeah.
You had the ground ball snap basically to Yerda. Yerda picks it up and booms one off to the point where, Mr. Electricity so far for Heber Springs has to call for fair catch. So that's a couple of different disasters avoided there.
We'll start this one on the 13-yard line. $5:13 left to play in this half of football. 7-0 penalty-laden game so far, really on both sides. I think you would say most adversely affected has been Heber Springs. Almost every explosive play has been called back for them. Here's the first down, deep into their own territory. So they've got a long way to go with 5 minutes to do it. Throw is out to the right-hand side to Brown. Got another flag down, I believe, as he picks up the first down. This one's likely coming back as well on the screen.
Well, and that's there you see the Brown for Heber Springs just kind of shrugging his shoulders like, good Lord, what now? Because it seems like every time he makes a big play, it ends up coming back.
All purpose, he's easily got over 100 yards so far.
Oh, my gosh, easily. Because on that second punt return there where he scored, that was about a 70-yard return.
Yeah, he is deep into 100 all-purpose without penalties. That being said, there's not much on there for Parker Brown, and he's had a good night. He's played well. He's athletic. He's explosive. He's been fun to watch, but you can't prove it.
Just have to take our word for it.
You have to believe us. It's not going to be there when you look at it later. 4 minutes, 55 seconds left now. It's going to be a keeper by Lindley and good defense by the Warriors as they pick that one up on the read. And it's second down.
They sent Brown in motion there, which is, the scouting report said they would have a lot of pre-snap movement, and Westside did a good job of staying at home and not biting on the bait. Minimal gain there. The clock just continues to roll. I mean, that's got to favor Westside. I mean, that plays right into their hands.
And you're deep. You're now on the 6-yard line. So you're deep into your own territory. You're really trying not to make a mess of this here, just make it any worse, really. Unless something big happens, and it's a nice little pitch and catch there as Heber Springs picks up Logan Rutledge on the catch, and that gets you out of your own territory. Huge play there for the Heber Springs offense, whether you convert or not.
Yeah, some breathing room, and now you're back to third and manageable here for Heber. You just have to, if you're Heber Springs, you don't want to have another self-inflicted wound here.
You can go into halftime down 7. You don't want to do anything goofy here.
Right.
It's third down and 5, 3:45 left to play in the half. 5 will get the first down. Lindley drops back to pass. He's got room, should pick up the first down. Cuts between two defenders, and nice run there by the Panther quarterback. He picks up a new set of downs.
Yeah, I mean, that's been their offense so far. Lindley, when they don't have penalties to take out the big plays, their offense has been an occasional pass catch here and there, but Lindley scrambling has been their weapon so far.
Xander Lindley, quarterback. Parker Brown, running back, been most of the offense so far. Also had Dalton Yancey there on some of the catches. Ball's tipped high up in the air. It was up for grabs, and Darvin Fowler can't get to it.
You take a look at that on the replay here. Great, play there by the defender. Trying to see who that was. I believe it was Eli Willie. Got his hands up, and Fowler just couldn't catch up to it there. Otherwise, that's an easy 6.
Well, that had the makings of an interception, and then for a minute a pick 6.
His eyes might have got a little too big seeing that out in front of him.
He did. It was just floating in the air. It was like it had helium in it.
Yeah.
Lindley keeps it up the middle, and he's got a big gain, the first down plus near midfield with about 3 minutes left. A new set of downs coming for the Panthers, and here they come.
That's disheartening there for the Westside defense, because you just made a great play on the previous play to knock down the pass, almost have the interception, but that just shows you how quick things can turn.
2:55 left to play in the half, so time is against the Panthers, but they are marching. Lindley alone in the backfield. Gets a new sign from his coaches.
Westside showed blitz there for a second, but then both guys dropped back.
Pass across the middle, juggled and caught by Dalton Yancey. Another first down for the Panthers. Stops the clock to move the chains. 2:33 left to play.
Nothing special there, just a little slant route coming out of the slot right into the middle of the field, and great hands by the receiver to come up with the catch, and they're on the move, and I think Westside's called a timeout, and they want to discuss things here.
Timeout Warriors will take it with them. It's 7-0. Westside leads it here in the first.
Hello, my name is Gene Roberts. I'm the owner of the franchise for Fox's Pizza Den in Bono, Arkansas, and I'd like to thank our customers for eating local with us.
Heber Springs is tired of talking about it. They're marching down the field with 2:33 left to play here in the first half. Warriors lead at 7-0. You're watching Westside Warriors football on Tubetown, presented by Denver's Refrigeration and Cline Environmental. And all of a sudden, the Panthers took off deep out of their own territory, and they are marching down the field. And you saw some guys on Westside sideline with this hurry-up offense by the Panthers getting some water.
Yeah, and that's what Heber wants to do. They want to hurry you up. They want to get you gassed and out of breath. And then, probably it wouldn't surprise me to see another deep throw come here.
Ball's on the 32-yard line. Lindley looks at the screen, checks, fires deep over the middle, and he's got Yancey. Touchdown, Panthers.
You could almost, we talked about it in the break, Blake. We said you could almost smell a score coming, and that's exactly what happened. You got the Westside defense back on their heels a little bit, and almost basically caught the secondary napping a little bit.
32 yards, Xander Lindley to Dalton Yancey, and it is 6 for the Panthers with 2:26 left to play in this half, and what was a good-looking pitch and catch right there. Hit him right in stride.
I mean, you can't draw it up much better than that. I mean, he hit the receiver right in the hands where you wanted. He didn't have to reach for it either way. And, Lindley has, his confidence is building, and he's on a bit of a heater here between his scrambling and then that last pass.
Gideon Tate, a junior soccer player, on to attempt the extra point. And it is good. So we are tied up at 7 with 2:26 left to play in the half. We'll take a quick break here on Tubetown.
You can't be everywhere at once, but we can be anywhere you are. The Anywhere app by First National Bank. Putting you first, always.
Westside Warriors football on Tubetown is presented by Denver's Refrigeration and Cline Environmental, also sponsored in part by First National Bank, Fox's Pizza Den in Bono, Bono Family Pharmacy, the Warriors Athletic Incorporated, and, of course, Ritter Communications. Good game on our hands. We're tied up at 7 with 2:26 left to play as the Panthers finally found the end zone on a 32-yard pitch and catch by Xander Lindley to Mr. Yancey.
Yeah, started out, things kind of got a little less than entertaining, if you will, for a bit, and Heber's kind of come back and strung together several good plays in a row, and now we have a tie game with just under 2.5 before halftime.
Lots of penalties, but finally the Panthers strung together some plays without it. I saw you, Marcus, on that touchdown looking around for laundry there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. it wasn't there that particular time.
That's been the common theme tonight.
Kick is away. Somebody's got to call it. Yarda ends up taking it.
Ooh.
And he is hit hard at the 20. Goes down, hangs on to the football. Good job to hang on to the football by Gus Yarda as he took a lick there on that return.
Yeah, that's you don't want your quarterback taking that kind of a hit.
Might have led with the helmet a little bit there, too.
We've seen that a couple times tonight, one for each team now. And I guess the targeting rules are a little different for high school than college.
They are. There's not as much on the line for it, but the thing with that, we've seen it on both sides. Be clear on that.
Oh, absolutely.
You leading with that helmet. I know you're trying to force a fumble there, but you can hurt yourself. That's why that rule is in place.
Yeah, it's definitely a safety issue.
Yeah. 2:19 left to play in the half. Westside, not exactly a 2-minute drill type team, but they can do have some time on the clock here. So pitch goes out left side to Hedger. And he is stopped in the backfield. It's going to be a negative play for the Warriors. Brings up second down as the clock continues to move. But that is what you want to do. If you're going to get a score here, it's going to have to be on the legs of Hedger to the outside.
Right. Yeah, that's what that's your bread and butter as far as quick strike plays that you have in the playbook. Let's not forget here also that Westside gets the ball to start the second half. So if you could find a way to score here and go up 14-7 and then get the ball to start the third quarter, I mean, that's prime territory.
Why you were hoping for a stop on the previous drive. And
yes, 100%.
Just did not work out. Couldn't quite get to the horn. Minute 30 left to play in the half, tied at 7. Handoff goes up the middle, and it's to Hedger again. And he was that close to breaking it away, but he does pick up the first down, so the clock stops here at 1:29.
Yeah, you can see this on the Cline environmental replay. Watch Hedger here. He just is somewhere in the midst of it there. He gets a little tripped up. Actually, as he was coming out of the big jumble mess there that happened right before he gained a little more yardage, if he doesn't lose his footing right there, he's probably standing in the end zone.
We're going to be at about 1:10 by the time we get this snapped in this half. Westside is moving quickly. Not quite the no huddle, but there's an immediate stop in the backfield, and we're going to have a timeout by Coach Bobby Engel with 1:01 left to play. We're going to stay here with you as, again, Westside does get the ball after halftime, and we are tied up at 7, Marcus.
Yeah, it's, things have really turned around here in the last, I would say, from about the 3.5, 4 minute mark here in the second quarter until now with just over a minute left. The issue came in is where you let Heber build a little bit of confidence and momentum on that drive. They had some self-inflicted wounds. You have a big play where you bat down the ball at the line of scrimmage, come within just inches of it being intercepted, and then the very next play, they strike downfield and pick up about 15, 18 yards, I think, on the pass play, right down the middle, and then come back another couple plays later and hit you down the middle once again for a score. And, we talked about it earlier. The quarterback, Xander, had missed a couple of deep throws early, but it feels like he kind of, refocused his scope a little bit and was able to hone in on his target a little better and got his receiver. And I don't know that it was bad coverage on the touchdown. It was just a well-executed offensive play.
Yeah, it was a good pitch and catch.
Yeah.
It really was. Well, hit him right in stride.
Yeah.
Just a good play there, and they'd been kind of on the verge of that one for a while. So Westside's got about a minute to go, around 67 yards or so. It's a long way to go. Yurda is going to pass over the top. He does have Hedger, and the pass is batted away, and good defensive play there by the Panthers. Chris Roberts getting in between that one and what could have been 6 for the Warriors.
And almost you're going to see Cameron Hedger almost play defensive back here because the ball hung up in the air on him a little bit, and he had to grab the defender to keep him from coming down with the interception. So very heads-up play there by Hedger to, if he couldn't catch it, he sure didn't want the defender to get it.
And realize what you're asking here. That's a long throw.
It is.
That throw had to hang up so long for Yurda that it gave the defender time to get over.
You don't have much of a window there to hit that because
you don't. And only, you're talking college guys hitting that little window there. That's a tough play. Crane gets it, tries to bounce to the outside, and he is pulled down as all of a sudden the Heber Springs defense has absolutely come alive here late in the first half. 47 seconds left, and it's 4th down Warriors.
Yeah, they've made some kind of adjustment, and I think you're going to see Heber call a timeout here. And if that's the case, we'll step aside for a break. But they've made some kind of adjustment on defense that has really turned this game around. So Westside's going to have to go in, and they're going to have to kind of regroup on offense and look to counter the adjustment that was made by Heber.
Heber takes a timeout. We'll take it with him. 47 seconds left in the first half, tied at 7.
Environmental is a full-service environmental consulting, engineering, and contracting firm. Cline Environmental serves local government and private sector interests in the Mid-South and the Midwest. At Cline Environmental, our team includes 3 FAA Part 107 drone pilots, 2 engineers, 5 expert operators, and over 15 years experience of problem solving for our clients. Engineers, contractors, problem solvers. Cline Environmental.
47 seconds left to play, and Westside's got a little ways to go here. They're going to need to go about 68 yards, but they're going to punt it away. Good call there, punting it away. End over end, takes a good bounce for Westside. It is picked up by Brown. He's cornered up, moves away. Somebody needs to get him, and he's going out to the right-hand side. And there's Connor Crane, misses that tackle, and boy, oh boy, that got scary there for a minute as he took it from one side of the field to the other. And there's 30 seconds left. Wow. And that, with the passing team like
that's
Panthers,
plenty of time for them.
It could happen. You're going to go into prevent if you're Westside, naturally.
Yeah, I think you've got to. And, I mean, honestly, you've got to keep your eyes on number 27. Parker Brown is just running all over the field here. He completely reversed field there, and he was one tackle away from breaking that and giving Heber the lead.
You can't lose sight of that particular guy in a prevent situation.
Definitely not.
So you do have 3 deep to defend for the Warriors. 30 seconds left to play, all knotted up at 7. The Panthers will give it one last heave-ho, and there's Brown. And Brown's hit immediately. He is hit immediately by Gavin Rasdon. And that'll bring up second down. 23 seconds left. Timeout taken by the Panthers.
Yeah, you see right here on the Cline Environmental replay. I believe they had somebody honed in to follow him no matter where he went, and Gavin Rasdon comes up with the big tackle for loss, and it forces Heber to use, I believe that's their last timeout with 23 seconds left. But, I mean, that's what you're going to have to do with your defensive sets is you're going to have to find 27. You're going to have someone assigned to him and follow him. I mean, if he goes to the sideline and goes to the restroom, you better have somebody go with him because he's going to find a way to get the ball and make something big happen.
Gavin Rasdon understood the assignment.
100%.
And I mean, you're talking about from the time that Brown caught that ball, he picked up what it was, got through the screens that were being set, and was right there. Almost broke the pass up.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good catch by Brown. So good play there by Gavin Rasdon. Good defensive play calling there for the Warriors. We have 23 seconds left. We are tied at 7 here in the first half. Lindley is alone in the backfield. Got 4 receivers out to the right-hand side, 1 to the left. Lindley fires deep over the middle. Brown is there, intercepted by Montana Neely at the 30-yard line. He dances around, 13 seconds left to play, and goes down at the 30, and Montana Neely with the pick.
Yeah, that's a big momentum swing right there. Good job on Neely just to stay at home. And at this point, if you're Coach Engle, he's probably screaming, get down, get down, get down. But, Montana Neely's like, hey, man, I just got the pick. I want to try to make something happen here. But that's the momentum killer that you needed if you're the Westside defense going into half. Wouldn't surprise me to see Westside, maybe just run Fowler right up the middle for a minimal gain and take this one to the locker room.
Warriors do get the ball after the half, so no need to go crazy here. And there it is. There's Fowler right up the middle, and they're going to run it right to halftime.
Yeah, that's a good safe play. A lot of armchair quarterback fans will be like, "Oh, come on, man! You got one shot, throw it deep." No, there's too much that can go wrong there in that situation. So you just you take it as a tied game and go to the half and go in and make your adjustments and regroup and see if you can't come out of the half because you get the ball first. Come out and just march right down the field like you did early on in the game.
So we go into halftime like we started, tied. We are all knotted up at 7 here between Westside and Heber Springs. You are watching Westside Warriors football on Tubetown, presented by Denver's Refrigeration and Cline Environmental. We are live from Heber Springs. We're going to take a quick halftime break. We'll give you a little more info somewhere in between here and there, and then we'll get the second half started. We got about 20 minutes to roll We'll see you soon.
Environmental is a full-service environmental consulting, engineering, and contracting firm. Cline Environmental serves local government and private sector interests in the Mid-South and the Midwest. At Cline Environmental, our team includes 3 FAA Part 107 drone pilots, 2 engineers, 5 expert operators, and over 15 years experience of problem solving for our clients. Engineers, contractors, problem solvers. Cline Environmental. Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Hello, my name is Gene Roberts. I'm the owner of the franchise for Fox's Pizza Den in Bono, Arkansas, and I'd like to thank our customers for eating local with us.
Looking for an easy and convenient way to pay your Ritter Communications bill? Pay Near Me allows you to pay your bill at home with your mobile wallet, with your credit or debit card, or in cash, with over 30,000 locations nationwide. Whether you pay with cash, credit card, or directly from your bank account, know that we provide you with secure and convenient ways to pay your bill. Ritter Communications, right by you.
You can't be everywhere at once, but we can be anywhere you are. The Anywhere app by First National Bank. Putting you first, always.
Our family relies on the internet every day. We both work from home at times, so our Wi-Fi just has to be there. We learn with it, laugh with it, and count on it for all kinds of things in our home.
Your family depends on strong internet and Wi-Fi. That's why Ritter provides fast internet speeds to meet your needs every day. To learn more about our internet and Wi-Fi choices, call or visit rittercommunications.com.
Before day one, life was very hard. It was depressing and lonely, and I wasn't really seeing the trueness that I could be seeing. I experienced amazing things. I experienced friendship, true love, and the Holy Spirit, and I do not regret going.
true Memphis wrestling every Saturday at high noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown TV. Memphis wrestling is back and better than ever.
Ritter delivers more value to our customers with Watch TV Everywhere. It's the free extra service that lets you watch favorites from your TV package on the go. Take a few minutes to sign up at RitterCommunications.com and you'll be all set to explore many channels and on-demand shows on any internet-connected computer, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Watch TV everywhere. Another great way Ritter delivers the choice, convenience, and value you want.
Cline Environmental is a full-service environmental consulting, engineering, and contracting firm. Cline Environmental serves local government and private sector interests in the Mid-South and the Midwest. At Cline Environmental, our team includes 3 FAA Part 107 drone pilots, 2 engineers, 5 expert operators, and over 15 years experience of problem solving for our clients. Engineers, contractors, problem solvers. Cline Environmental. Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Hello, my name is Gene Roberts. I'm the owner of the franchise for Fox's Pizza Den in Bono, Arkansas, and I'd like to thank our customers for eating local with us.
Looking for an easy and convenient way to pay your Ritter Communications bill? Pay Near Me allows you to pay your bill at home with your mobile wallet, with your credit or debit card, or in cash, with over 30,000 locations nationwide. Whether you pay with cash, credit card, or directly from your bank account, know that we provide you with secure and convenient ways to pay your bill. Ritter Communications, right by you.
You can't be everywhere at once, but we can be anywhere you are. The Anywhere app by First National Bank. Putting you first, always.
Our family relies on the internet every day. We both work from home at times, so our Wi-Fi just has to be there. We learn with it, laugh with it, and count on it for all kinds of things in our home.
Your family depends on strong internet and Wi-Fi. That's why Ritter provides fast internet speeds to meet your needs every day. To learn more about our internet and Wi-Fi choices, call or visit rittercommunications.com.
Before day one, life was very hard. It was depressing and lonely, and I wasn't really seeing the trueness that I could be seeing. I experienced amazing things. I experienced friendship, true love, and the Holy Spirit, and I do not regret going.
Catching all new Memphis wrestling every Saturday at high noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown TV. Memphis wrestling is back and better than ever.
Ritter delivers more value to our customers with Watch TV Everywhere. It's the free extra service that lets you watch favorites from your TV package on the go. Take a few minutes to sign up at rittercommunications.com and you'll be all set to explore many channels and on-demand shows on any internet-connected computer, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Watch TV everywhere. Another great way Ritter delivers the choice, convenience, and value you want.
Advertising and Promotion Commission is proud to present the Downtown Jonesboro Barbecue Festival. Coming back to Jonesboro Friday and Saturday, September the 23rd and 24th. Friday night, September the 23rd on the Right Fiber Ritter Communications stage, it's Queen's Ride. And performing Saturday night the 24th, the Gin Blossoms. And it's all free. That's right, free. Music all day on the Right Fiber Ritter Communications stage and an additional stage. And the festival will also host the First National Bank Kansas City Barbecue Society sanctioned Arkansas State Championship with over $13,000 in prize money. The event includes the 3rd annual SCA State Cook-Off on Friday night with a grand prize of $1,000 and an invitation to the SCA Championship in Houston, Texas. Remember, it's all free. The Downtown Jonesboro Barbecue Festival, Friday and Saturday, September the 23rd and 24th in downtown Jonesboro. For entry forms and more information, search Downtown Jonesboro Barbecue Fest on Facebook.
Environmental is a full-service environmental consulting, engineering, and contracting firm. Cline Environmental serves local government and private sector interests in the Mid-South and the Midwest. At Cline Environmental, our team includes 3 FAA Part 107 drone pilots, 2 engineers, 5 expert operators, and over 15 years experience of problem solving for our clients. Engineers, contractors, problem solvers. Cline Environmental. Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications. Right by you.
Hello, my name is Gene Roberts. I'm the owner of the franchise for Fox's Pizza Den in Bono, Arkansas, and I'd like to thank our customers for eating local with us.
Looking for an easy and convenient way to pay your Ritter Communications bill? Pay Near Me allows you to pay your bill at home with your mobile wallet, with your credit or debit card, or in cash, with over 30,000 locations nationwide. Whether you pay with cash, credit card, or directly from your bank account, know that we provide you with secure and convenient ways to pay your bill. Ritter Communications, right by you.
You can't be everywhere at once, but we can be anywhere you are. The Anywhere app by First National Bank. Putting you first, always.
Our family relies on the internet every day. We both work from home at times, so our Wi-Fi just has to be there. We learn with it, laugh with it, and count on it for all kinds of things in our home.
Your family depends on strong internet and Wi-Fi. That's why Ritter provides fast internet speeds to meet your needs every day. To learn more about our internet and Wi-Fi choices, call or visit rittercommunications.com.
Before day one, life was very hard. It was depressing and lonely, and I wasn't really seeing the trueness that I could be seeing. I experienced amazing things. I experienced friendship, true love, and the Holy Spirit, and I do not regret going.
Catching all new Memphis wrestling every Saturday at high noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown TV. Memphis wrestling is back and better than ever.
Ritter delivers more value to our customers with Watch TV Everywhere. It's the free extra service that lets you watch favorites from your TV package on the go. Take a few minutes to sign up at rittercommunications.com and you'll be all set to explore many channels and on-demand shows on any internet-connected computer, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Watch TV everywhere. Another great way Ritter delivers the choice, convenience, and value you want.
You're watching Westside Warriors football on Tubetown, presented by Denver's Refrigeration and Cline Environmental. We're here in Heber Springs as the Westside Warriors take on the Heber Springs Panthers. We are tied up at 7. Scoring was done on a rushing touchdown by Cameron Hedger, then the 32-yard touchdown pass between Xander Lindley and Dalton Yancey. So we are tied at 7. Both teams coming back out from the half. We're going to have probably about 5 minutes left here for you before we get things started. So we're going to take another quick break. Join us in about 5 minutes here on Tubetown as the Warriors take on Heber Springs. We'll be right back.
Our Advertising and Promotion Commission is proud to present the Downtown Jonesboro Barbecue Festival. Coming back to Jonesboro Friday and Saturday, September the 23rd and 24th. Friday night, September the 23rd on the Right Fiber Ritter Communication stage, it's Queen's Right. And performing Saturday night the 24th, the Gin Blossoms. And it's all free. That's right, free. Music all day on the Right Fiber Ritter Communication stage and an additional stage. And the festival will also host the First National Bank Kansas City Barbecue Society sanctioned Arkansas State Championship with over $13,000 in prize money. The event includes the 3rd annual SCA State Cook-Off on Friday night with a grand prize of $1,000 and an invitation to the SCA Championship in Houston, Texas. Remember, it's all free. The Downtown Jonesboro Barbecue Festival, Friday and Saturday, September the 23rd and 24th in downtown Jonesboro. For entry forms and more information, search Downtown Jonesboro Barbecue Fest on Facebook.
Family Pharmacy is more than just your pharmacy. We are your neighbors. We shop at the same stores and attend the same sporting events as you. Locally owned and operated, at Bono Family Pharmacy, you're more than just another customer. You're our neighbor, and we are dedicated to keeping you and our community healthy. Bono Family Pharmacy, on the Highway 63 bypass in Bono. Is a full-service environmental consulting, engineering, and contracting firm. Cline Environmental serves local government and private sector interests in the Mid-South and the Midwest. At Cline Environmental, our team includes 3 FAA Part 107 drone pilots, 2 engineers, 5 expert operators, and over 15 years experience of problem solving for our clients. Engineers, contractors, problem solvers. Cline Environmental. Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Hello, my name is Gene Roberts. I'm the owner of the franchise for Fox's Pizza Den in Bono, Arkansas, and I'd like to thank our customers for eating local with us.
Looking for an easy and convenient way to pay your Ritter Communications bill? Pay Near Me allows you to pay your bill at home with your mobile wallet, with your credit or debit card, or in cash, with over 30,000 locations nationwide. Whether you pay with cash, credit card, or directly from your bank account, know that we provide you with secure and convenient ways to pay your bill. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Welcome back to Westside Warriors football on Tubetown, presented by Denver's Refrigeration and Cline Environmental. Heber Springs will kick off to the Warriors to begin the second half of this game. We are all tied up at 7 apiece. A rushing touchdown for Westside and a passing touchdown for Heber Springs. How appropriate. And we'll get things started here in the second half. It is an onside kick to begin the half, and the Hands team is right on top of it as the Westside picks it up, and now they'll have good field position to start the second half.
Yeah, great awareness there by Tyler Watlington to fall on the ball. You see Coach Wood kind of going back to his roots and digging into that PA playbook from when he was a coordinator under Coach Kevin Kelly. A little surprised, I'll be honest with you. I'm a little surprised to see that coming right out of the half, but maybe they saw something they liked on Westside's kickoff coverage and decided to take a chance.
Always going to have to be in your blood there if that's what you learned under and that's what you did.
Yeah, you don't suddenly unlearn everything that you had working for Coach Kelly.
Hedger takes the pitch from Yerta, finds a little bit of room, and cuts up, gets about 2 yards. Bring up second down for the Warriors as the first play from scrimmage in the second half. We are underway here in Cleburne County.
A couple of really good cuts there by Hedger to keep that from being for a loss because Heber had pretty good containment, and he was just able to juke his way into a short gain.
We are here in the third quarter. Again, Cameron Hedger has the touchdown for the Warriors, and then there was 32-yard touchdown pass from Lindley to Yancey to tie it up at 7 just before the break. Second play of the second half. Handoff goes to Hedger up the middle. Good run play. Brings up third down. Third and short now for the Warriors.
Yeah, more of the same from Westside. Just, you get your big offensive line leaning on that defensive front and pick up your 2, 3, 4 yards carry. Now you're down 3rd and 3 with a very manageable 3 yards here.
Lots of different ways you can go here if you're Westside.
Real quick, just a score from back home in Northeast Arkansas. Walnut Ridge and Salem are tied at 28 apiece in the half.
Wow.
So defense optional in that game.
Yerta on the keeper, bootlegs around right side, got a couple of good blockers, picks up the first down plus. New set of downs coming for the Warriors.
Yeah, nice play there by the offense. You'll see here, watch the lead blocking gets out in front of him. I think even Hedger picks up one here at the very tail end of this play that allows him to pick up first down yardage. There you see it right there on the Cline environmental replay. Just a really good quarterback run there by the Westside offense. Keeps the chains moving, keeps the clock moving.
10:28 left to play in the third quarter. There's that formation again there for Westside.
Yeah, that's new. That's we've not seen much of that to this point.
Handoff goes to Connor Crane up the middle. Brings up second down, gain of maybe 2 yards.
Yeah, tough sledding right there. They closed the hole really quick. There was a hole there for just a second, and it closed up rather quickly on Crane.
About 10 minutes left here in the third. You get a tale of two different kind of offenses. Heber Springs, both teams plagued by penalties early in the first half, and then Heber Springs finally overcoming that to score. See if they clean things up maybe a little bit here in the second half. Motion to the left from Hedger. Hedger gets the carry. Lead blockers Connor Crane.
Nice.
Bounces off a good block from Crane. Goes up the left-hand side. 10-5. Touchdown, Warriors.
My goodness, what a cut back there. You see it right here. Crane goes into motion. You see, watch Connor Crane right in front of him there get the good block. Helps Cameron Hedger get to the outside. And much like Parker Brown for Heber Springs, Cameron Hedger, when he gets out to the outside, you can pretty much put 6 on the board. And that's exactly the way you want to start the second half here if you're Westside.
35-yard touchdown run from Cameron Hedger as he sets the edge once again. Second touchdown of the night for Mr. Hedger. Neely's kick is up. It is no good, so it is missed. It's a 13-7 lead for the Warriors with 9:43 left to play in the third quarter. We'll be right back. This is Westside Warriors football on Tubetown.
Family Pharmacy is more than just your pharmacy. We are your neighbors. We shop at the same stores and attend the same sporting events as you. Locally owned and operated, at Bono Family Pharmacy, you're more than just another customer. You're our neighbor, and we are dedicated to keeping you and our community healthy. Bono Family Pharmacy, on the Highway 63 bypass in Bono.
Cameron Hedger puts the Warriors on top 13-7 with his second touchdown of the night. As he sets the edge, you get him in space, and he's dangerous. But Connor Crane leading on a good block there on that play. Good over-round scoring play for the Warriors.
Yeah, exactly what you wanted coming out of the locker room to kind of reestablish your dominance here to get the second half underway.
It's a short kick. bobbled but picked up by the Panthers as Logan Rutledge was able to grab it after the initial miss by Luke Elliott. So back-to-back onside kicks to start the half from both of these teams, and it's good field position for Heber Springs to get things started here for them in the third quarter.
Well, and with the luck that Westside has had with kickoff returns tonight, I don't hate that call. I like that because you keep it out of Parker Brown's hands, and you may give up a little bit of field position, but it's not as much as you would have given up probably if he fields the kick.
Drive will start on their own 44 for the Panthers. Brown's in motion. Handoff to Brown. Brown goes right-hand side. Yerta setting up position and takes him down by the legs. Great tackle by Gus Yerta on the edge.
That's textbook defense right here. You're going to see Parker Brown come in motion on this little jet sweep they've been running. And watch Yerta. He's almost in a basketball term, you'd almost put him in a defensive slide, and he just moves side to side and keeps pushing the running back to the sideline as much as he can and finally brings him down. That's a great play right there, great containment.
That's a lot harder than it looks.
Yes, 100%.
Empty backfield right now for the Panthers. 9 minutes left in the third. Lindley passes out, left-hand side, passes low, and it's incomplete.
Well, and you saw Westside get good pressure there. Tyler Watlington come in right as the ball was being released and got a pretty good lick on the quarterback there.
Brings up third down. Chris Lindley tried to catch it, but side judge says he trapped it. 8:57 left to play. It's 13-7 Warriors.
And if you're on the Westside sideline or you're a Westside fan, you've got to be happy with what you're seeing here to start the third quarter. I mean, you come out and you run right down the field and score, and now your defense is on the verge here. They're one play away from getting a 3-and-out.
Lindley rolls out right side, looking to pass. Got time, fires it deep over the middle. Brown is there. Brown catches it. Brown stumbles out of bounds at the 5, and Westside dodges a bullet as Brown couldn't walk the tightrope, but a huge pass play for the Warriors.
Well, and there I go touching the money. And there goes that man again, Parker Brown, down the sideline. For whatever reason, Westside defense doesn't have a consistent answer for him. And great throw and catch right there, and he walked the tightrope for a little bit, but fortunately for Westside, he didn't score right there.
He had nothing between him and the end zone but the right-hand sideline. Brown takes it, runs up the middle, gains about 4 yards. It brings up second down.
Yeah, good tackle there. I think that was Cameron Hedger. Gets the stop on him right there. If I'm calling plays for Heber, I'm putting it in 27's hands until he starts tapping his helmet wanting to come out for a breather. And then in that situation, I'm probably going to have my quarterback scramble a little bit because that seems to be what Westside's had trouble with tonight.
Brown, such a weapon for that offense, and Lindley threw him a good pass there. There's Brown again up the middle. One guy to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
Yeah, that's just a hard run there. He had a Westside defender on his back. He carried him the last couple yards into the end zone, and don't look now, but just like that, we're tied with Heber Springs having an opportunity to take the lead for the first time in this game.
19-yard touchdown run for Parker Brown. We are tied, and junior soccer player Gideon Tate on to try to give Heber Springs a 1-point lead. Kick is up. And it's good. So it's a 1-point lead for the Panthers as they take the lead on the extra point and the 19-yard touchdown run by Parker Brown. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Westside Warriors football on Tubetown.
Hello, my name is Gene Roberts. I'm the owner of the franchise for Fox's Pizza Den in Bono, Arkansas, and I'd like to thank our customers for eating local with us.
We have a lead change in Cleburne County as Heber Springs has taken a 14-13 lead on a 19-yard rushing touchdown by Parker Brown, and then capped off by the extra point by Gideon Tate. 8:21 left to play in the third quarter as Westside prepares to receive.
I don't know what's been more efficient tonight, Parker Brown for Heber Springs or the air conditioner in this press box, because we – just like the Westside defense is trying to turn Parker Brown down, we had to up the temperature in here a little bit.
I was glad to hear
you
say
had some
that.
ice trays forming down here.
I was not going to say anything, but I was freezing. And we're going to have an illegal procedure penalty on Heber Springs as they have kicked the opening kick and attempt at a little pooch kick goes out of bounds. So good field position coming for the Warriors to start things out. And you're seeing a little bit of a game because both teams have kickers that can kick it deep if they want. Neither one of them, they don't want to kick it to Cameron Hedger or Parker Brown.
Yeah, you try to the way you neutralize an electric player is you take the ball out of his hands. I mean, that's the best option you can have on kickoff instead of giving Hedger a chance to return it, possibly midfield or possibly further. You give them the ball at the 35.
So Westside will want to go 65 yards. They've got 8 minutes and 21 seconds left in the third. They are down by 1.
That missed extra point, you always cringe when you see mixed extra points because you feel like it's going to come back to haunt you.
Hedger takes the handoff out to the left side, gains about a yard, 2nd down and 9 coming out. I'll tell you, one of the best games I've called was Greene County Tech in the playoff game, and they missed an extra point. And I turned right to Caden Brown, and we have an injured player down on the field. Don't want to miss that. Is that Hedger?
That's Hedger. Kind of hope that's just a leg cramp, but it doesn't. I don't know. He seems to be in a lot of pain there. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and step aside for a break while they tend to Cameron Hedger.
Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Advertising and Promotion Commission is proud to present the Downtown Jonesboro Barbecue Festival. Coming back to Jonesboro Friday and Saturday, September the 23rd and 24th. Friday night, September the 23rd on the Wright Fiber Ritter Communication stage, it's Queen's Ride. And performing Saturday night the 24th, the Gin Blossoms. And it's all free. That's right, free. Music all day on the Wright Fiber Ritter Communication stage and an additional stage. And the festival will also host the First National Bank Kansas City Barbecue Society sanctioned Arkansas State Championship with over $13,000 in prize money. The event includes the 3rd annual SCA State Cook-Off on Friday night with a grand prize of $1,000 and an invitation to the SCA Championship in Houston, Texas. Remember, it's all free. The downtown.
That's not the sight you want to see for the Warriors as Cameron Hedger is off the field with the lower body injury, appears to be to the right leg of some sort. Play is back underway on the field as Darvin Fowler takes the handoff, rumbles ahead, and picks up about 4 yards. Going to be 3rd down and about 4. But, boy, that's a big loss for the Warriors.
That is, and that's a, there's a good news, bad news situation. The bad news, obviously, is that he's injured, but the good news is he was, walking off very gingerly, but he was able to, get off the field with just minor assistance from the trainers.
He's being attended to down there on the sideline. And we are removing the shoe down on the sideline. So for better or for worse, that's what we've got with Cameron Hedger. We'll keep you updated if we hear anything. It's 7 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third quarter, and now down their best rusher. We're on 4th down as the offense sputters a little bit here.
Yeah.
7:09 left in the third.
Anytime you lose one of the key pieces of your offense, it takes a toll. You're not going to come right back and have explosive plays. More times than not, you see offenses sputter like that. And this is a key moment in the game for Westside because, you've just given up a score and now you've come back and you're going to go 3 and out here. So you've got to find a way to buckle down on defense and it's no secret who they're going to try to get the ball to if you're Heber Springs.
last-minute run out there by Montana Neely, and the kick is short. It is squibbed. It is picked up, and it is ran down to the 5-yard line, and disaster has struck for the Warriors. I don't know if that was by design or what happened there, but Montana Neely ran on the field late, then botched the kick, and it went right into the hands of Corbin Jones.
Well, normally you see Gus Yerta as the punter there, and I was looking on the sideline. I didn't see him. I'm not sure if that was a situation where they just got low in the play clock and didn't want to burn a timeout, but he definitely, shanked it off the side of his foot. And, man, Heber Springs is in business right here.
This is one of those where if you're Heber Springs, you feel like you got to score, and if you're Westside, well, you got to do something in a hurry.
Yeah, you got to do something to change that momentum quickly.
And there's Parker Brown
More
into the
the
end
same.
zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, that's too easy, Blake. You can't, you're in a bad situation when you give up the punt return there, and then you come out and one play later, and suddenly you're down 7, about to be 8 points. This game, momentum swings in this game have been huge, and you're seeing it again right here. Just, I'm almost speechless, and if anyone that knows me at all knows that doesn't happen. But I don't really know what to say at this point between the punt and then turning it right around, and the ball's going to Parker Brown.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's no question about it, as the extra point is good. So 3 for 3 tonight on the extra points by Gideon Tate. It is 21-13. The Panthers have jumped out to a touchdown lead. We'll be right back on Tubetown.
Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
6:21 left to play in the third quarter, as Heber Springs has jumped out to a 21-13 lead. To recap, there was a lot that happened. Cameron Hedger has left with a right leg injury, appears to be around that foot-ankle area as they're working on him down on the sideline, so he's out for an unknown period of time. There was a punt by Westside that was short. Looked like a last-minute run-on by Montana Neely. It went right into the hands of Jones, and he took it all the way down to the 5 for the Panthers, and then they subsequently scored on a 5-yard touchdown run by Parker Brown to make it 21-13. So score here would be a good medicine as the kick goes out of bounds by Heber Springs, so they'll get it at the 35. But again, Marcus, it's really hard to describe about the last minute or so of gameplay.
Yeah, if you're a Westside fan, that's nightmare fuel, because not only do you lose a key piece of your offense, and when looking down just out the window here, Cameron Hedger is standing now on the sidelines. He's still the trainers are still working with him quite a bit. But not only do you lose Hedger, and you have the atrocious punt. It looked more. I'll tell you what it reminded me of, Blake. It reminded me of when South Carolina tried to onside kick and Bumper Pool picked it up and just took off with it. I mean, it looked very similar.
It was just like that. And it was difficult to watch. I really blame Montana Neely. There was kind of a lot going on there, and the ball's on the ground.
Oh,
and
my
the Panthers
goodness.
have it. The ball is on the ground, and the Panthers have it.
Let's take a look at the replay, see if we can see what happens here. The handoff goes to Crane. Crane gets popped pretty quick, but he fights that off and looks like maybe fighting for yardage. He had 3 or 4 guys just kind of surround him and strip the ball from him. And, man, this is, if you're a Westside fan, this is quickly going from bad to worse. You think 27 gets the ball here for Heber?
I don't know why he wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, kind of the running joke kind of with Westside against Hoxie was, well, they're going to hand it off and run it right at you. Stop it if you can. And, I mean, if I'm Heber and I'm calling plays, I'm giving the ball to 27 and saying, here he comes. Stop him if you can.
It's been a difficult few series here for the Warriors. It's going to be a pass. It's over the middle.
Oh, my goodness.
Is wide open, and he is going to score for 6. Easton Cusick with the touchdown. And the Panthers are unstoppable at this point.
Well, and you've let the quarterback gain confidence. He missed a couple of those deep throws early in the game, and then all it took was for him to hit two deep throws that I recall in a row, and he's really honed in now and is just dropping dimes out there to his receivers that are finding their way behind the Westside defense. And this is 5-alarm red alert. Hit the button, because it's you've got to come up with something. If you're Westside, you have to score on this next drive.
Kick by Tate is good, so it's 28-13. Heber Springs has caught fire. 6:06 left to play in the third. Westside will try to stop the bleeding. When we come back, you're watching Westside Warriors football on Tubetown.
Environmental is a full-service environmental consulting, engineering, and contracting firm. Cline Environmental serves local government and private sector interests in the Mid-South and the Midwest. At Cline Environmental, our team includes 3 FAA Part 107 drone pilots, 2 engineers, 5 expert operators, and over 15 years experience of problem solving for our clients. Engineers, contractors, problem solvers. Cline Environmental.
That's a look at Cameron Hedger getting some tape and attention from the training staff on the sideline. He left with a right leg injury. We believe it's in that ankle-foot area. And then shortly thereafter, the wheels fell off for the Westside Warriors. It was a strange punt, then a touchdown run by Parker Brown, and then a 43-yard touchdown pass from Xander Lindley to Easton Cusick. And it's 28-13 Heber Springs. And, man, I don't think there's any coincidence that Hedger leaves with that injury, Marcus, and then what happens next.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, as you said, the wheels fell off, and I'm not sure maybe the muffler didn't fall out from underneath, and a couple of lug nuts on the other wheels start falling off as well, but it got ugly in a hurry.
Montana Neely picks up the kickoff, and he gets to the 32-yard line, so that's where this drive will start for the Warriors. I think you said it. I think you got to have a score.
Yeah, I think you got to, man. You've got to show that you can move the ball down the field and potentially score without Hedger. And speaking of Hedger, we're seeing him. He's starting to run up and down the sidelines a little bit, so that's a great sign. He's still kind of favoring that ankle a little bit, but he's moving fairly well down the sidelines over here. Wouldn't surprise me to see him come back into this game. He just went and grabbed his helmet, so looks like we may see 23 back in the lineup here shortly. That's a good thing. You never want to see anybody go down like that and start grabbing at their foot.
Yerta rolls out, passes, and Fowler's hit as the attempt is made. Passes incomplete, so that'll bring up second down. I told you when he came off, you worried it was his knee. He kind of had a little stiff leg going. Luckily, it wasn't that. I'm going to tell you, it's a tough guy. If you've ever sprained an ankle or injured your ankle, it feels like your leg's about to fall off.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how severe, et cetera. And for him to even be considering coming back in the game after what was probably a pretty rough ankle injury there, that obviously it's not you're talking break or anything, but I mean we're talking about a guy that was in pretty good pain. Now he's standing on the sideline right near Bobby Engel just to make sure he's seen.
Yeah, I would imagine he's trying to make himself as visible as possible there on the sideline.
Fowler rumbles ahead. What a run by Darvin Fowler. He's going to pick up what looks to be a first down. It's pretty close.
It's pretty close. Well, and you need more of that. If you're Westside, and I don't know if Darvin just got mad and started running angry or what the deal was there on that play, but you need more of that. You've got to have a way to move the ball with one of your main weapons standing over here on the sideline.
What looks like it's going to be 3rd and 1. So short yardage 3rd down conversion attempt coming your way for the Warriors. Fowler's in at the tailback position. Goes right up the middle. They've got the first down plus a little more. Still going. Look
at this.
Still
Look at
going.
Moving the pile.
Still going. Have a little heart.
My goodness. Can you say leg drive? Goodness gracious. I'm not sure maybe if there wasn't. Let's see who comes out of there for Westside. No, that's still Yerta. So the original play was a quarterback sneak. I was kind of thinking that maybe the ball popped loose. Oh, and then you get.
Tell me that was not what I think it was.
Yeah, that's probably going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty on Westside, because it looked as though one of the Westside players was pretty close, dead ball, unsportsmanlike on Westside, and you can't have that in that situation. You just can't. You fought and got a big first down right there, and now, and I understand emotions get the best of you, but those type penalties seem to pop up at the absolute worst time, because that's a momentum killer right there. You just fought really hard, got a big first down, and now you're back behind the chains again.
Yeah, that's a rough one. That absolutely cannot happen.
Yeah.
So we're back behind the chains. It was a tough run. We do have a new set of downs for the Warriors, but it's 1st and 25. We're at the 34. Fowler takes it, goes up the middle, and he says, let's see if we can erase it. He's got some guys coming on his tail, across the 20 down to the 10, and he is taken down on a good defensive catch by Heber Springs. But how about Darvin Fowler picking his teammates up?
Watch that cutback right there by Fowler. Gets out of the open field, and young man Rumble, just doesn't quite have enough to get to the end zone, but he erases the lost yardage off the penalty and then some. And again, this second half, these two teams, it's almost been like a heavyweight fight, because
got a sideline warning on the Warriors.
You've seen, Heber's come out swinging, landed several big blows, and then that's probably the first big blow, I would say, landed by Westside here in this third quarter, but it was a big one indeed.
Huge run by Darvin Fowler, and it picks his teammates up.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right there. You're starting to hit the nail a little bit.
And he's a senior, and that's what you want to see from your senior.
Yeah, everybody's kind of hanging their head a little bit. Everybody's mad, and then Fowler picks them up. He runs up the middle, picks up a couple of yards, so it's going to be 2nd down and goal for the Warriors here. 4:20 left to play in the third.
Yeah, knocking on the door here. You really need to put one in before the end of the quarter here. And, you may say I'm getting ahead of myself with 4 minutes still on the clock, but this clock is running. Pretty good chance that the ball's not going to go out of bounds at some point, so the clock's probably going to continue to roll.
Yerda under center. Fowler is still in that tailback position, which was previously occupied by Hedger, who's still on the sidelines with an injury. Bootleg by Yerda, and he's in trouble. Ooh. And we're going to be backed up right around the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Heber's trying to say they recovered the fumble, but he wasn't down, but his forward progress was stopped, and he was in. So the play had basically been blown dead. But if I'm a Heber defender, I'm doing the same thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Trying to talk him into making the call.
Yeah, forward progress was stopped right in between the 9 and the 10. He actually fell, and we've got a sideline warning now on Heber.
I feel like things getting just a little chippy.
It seems like it's heading that way. We had the unsportsmanlike on Westside. Now we've had 2 sideline warnings.
One on each team. Yeah. So it.
And I think both of them may have been celebratory. The sideline warnings that the one came after Fowler's big run, and then that one came after what was a pretty big stop by Heber Springs. And I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you start getting into, like you said, that little chippiness. We have a timeout by the Warriors. 3:28 left to play. Panthers lead at 28-13, but the Warriors knocking on the door. We'll be right back. You're watching Westside Warriors football on Tubetown.
Life was very hard. It was depressing and lonely, and I wasn't really seeing the trueness that I could be seeing. I experienced amazing things. I experienced friendship, true love, and the Holy Spirit, and I do not regret going.
This is Westside Warriors football on Tubetown, presented by Denver's Refrigeration and Cline Environmental. 3:28 left to play in the third. The Warriors are 3rd and goal from right about the 10-yard line. They need a touchdown bad, Marcus.
Severely. You've got to score. You get down to this point in the field, you've got to be able to finish off the drive and punch it in. Otherwise, you give all that momentum that you got right back over to Heber.
3:28 left, and again, big defensive play for about a 5-yard loss for the Panthers on the previous play, and Yerta rolls out. Yerta looking to pass. Trouble in the
nice
backfield,
avoidance.
evades one tackle, and he's going to cut upfield. And he gets pretty close, maybe gains about a yard. Pretty good play there by Yerta to avoid a tackle for a loss, but we do have 4th and goal now coming for the Warriors.
Yeah, and that's a great play by Yerta there to avoid being sacked for the loss. But there was nothing open. I mean, the Heber defense did their job, and everybody stayed home, and there was nowhere for Yerta to go with it, and so he just tried to get whatever he could get.
2:50 left to play in the third. This is a big, big play here. 4th and goal for the Warriors.
From the 7, which is not it's not going to be easy.
Reverse play, and it's dead in the backfield as Montana Neely is drugged down. Panthers get a huge stop and a turnover on downs for the Panthers.
Well, that's a gut punch to the Westside offense, because you get down there inside the 10 and you come away empty, and now it's still a 2-score game with 2.5 left here in the third quarter. You've got your opponent pinned deep, but they haven't seemed to have any trouble moving the ball here in the second half.
Now there's 2:34 left to play in the third quarter. Panthers have a healthy lead, and after the turnover on downs, Westside's going to have a stop here to keep this one from getting away from them. Handoff goes to Parker Brown, and he's been so big for them tonight. Good defensive stop there for the Warriors.
Yeah, take a look here on the Cline environmental replay. They are focusing in, and they're not losing sight of Parker Brown right here. Connor Crane with the great takedown. Slowed down. I don't have my roster in front of me. Who's 50?
Justin McFall.
Justin McFall. McFall wrapped him up around the feet and held him up until a teammate could get there, and that's what you have to do in that situation.
That's a good play. So 2nd down for the Panthers. Motion right. Brown fakes the handoff. Over the middle. Intercepted by Montana Neely. Neely has the interception, tackled at the 15-yard line, and a huge defensive play for the Warriors defense.
Excellent play here by Neely. You'll see it on the Cline environmental replay. Just right place, right time, and so close there. Tries to get to the outside and just can't quite get to the outside for the pick 6. But either way, that's still a huge momentum swing, and now Westside's back in business.
With 1:48 left to play in the third, Montana Neely stays at home and gets the interception, and the Warriors are back in business.
So you get another opportunity here. It's almost like you had a mulligan, and you're going to get another shot at it here.
So from the 14 is where the Warriors will start this drive. Handoff.
I believe that was Weston Watlington with the handoff on that one.
Hedger is on the sidelines with his helmet off. At one point, he was running up and down the sidelines, kind of standing near Bobby Engel. That may have gotten shut down there by Coach.
Yeah.
May not be a bad call either.
Well, and as much as you want him back in the game, you have to look at the big picture and look. You're not even into conference play yet, and you may need him for. I know it sounds shallow to say a more important situation down the road, because the most important game is the one in front of you, but. Still, you don't want that injury nagging him the whole season.
And, heaven forbid it's something a little more serious. You haven't had a
Right.
chance to look at it.
Right.
A lot of times these big road trips, you don't have your doctor with you, things like that. And sit him down. It is a non-conference game either way. And, you find a way to pull this one out. You feel good about it. But either way, you just focus on conference season. And
Yeah, 100%. That's your focus.
Don't take a senior.
A win tonight is nice, but you don't want to sacrifice your conference season for a win tonight.
35 seconds left in the third. It's 3rd and 6. Rumbles up ahead.
Yeah, minimal gain there, and you're going to come up 4th and let's see, can they? I don't think they can. Well, it's 4th and 5 to go on the 9, so they can pick up a first down without scoring. And they're going to let the clock run out here, 9, 8, and go to the fourth quarter. Give them basically an extra time out here to talk this over, because 4th and 5 inside the 10, you've got to find a way to punch this into the end zone here.
So we end the third quarter. It's 28-13 Heber Springs. Westside is closing, though, a little bit here. We'll be right back. You're watching Westside Warriors football on Tubetown.
You can't be everywhere at once, but we can be anywhere you are. The Anywhere app by First National Bank. Putting you first, always.
Welcome back to Westside Warriors football on Tubetown, presented by Denver's Refrigeration and Cline Environmental. Also thank our other sponsors, First National Bank, Fox's Pizza in Bono, Bono Family Pharmacy, Warriors Athletics, and, of course, Ritter Communications. We start the fourth quarter. The Warriors trail 28-13 here in Heber Springs. That was a wild third quarter, Marcus.
That third quarter was all over the board. You had a little bit of everything there. You had a couple big personal foul penalties on both sides. You had a major injury to Westside, took a key cog out of their offense, Cameron Hedger. And then you had big plays. You had couple of big quick scores by Heber Springs. You had the interception by Westside and the big rumble by Darvin Fowler.
Big fourth down play. Big fourth down play. May have a false start.
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of movement there. Yeah, they're going to call the false start. Man, another gut punch, because that takes you from 4th and 5 to 4th and 10.
4th and 10 from the 14, and this is a must-have.
Dip into your
for the Warriors
Madden 23 playbook here. What do you call on 4th and 10? I mean, you've almost got to find a way to put the ball in the air, right?
Yeah, do something, flea flicker, something. We got to pull it out. It's 4th and 10. We're beginning the fourth quarter. Westside down a couple of scores. Big play in this game. Motion to the right. That's Watlington. Yerta's going to pass. Yerta fires it over the middle, and he had his man wide open. It is incomplete, and a turnover on downs. Oh, and that one hurts. He had his man.
Yeah, Rasden had a step there on the receiver, and Yerta just led him just a little too much there with the pass, and, man, so close. That's a great play call. I love the play call there. You had him open, and Yerta he looked through his progressions because he had Weston Watlington out almost in the flat open as well. But it was questionable whether or not he would get first down yardage, and you had Rasden there in the end zone, and it just wasn't meant to be.
We do have a Heber Springs player down on the field in the end zone, so we're going to take a break with 11:54 left in this game. Heber leads at 28-13.
Family relies on the internet every day. We both work from home at times, so our Wi-Fi just has to be there. We learn with it, laugh with it, and count on it for all kinds of things in our home.
Your family depends on strong internet and Wi-Fi. That's why Ritter provides fast internet speeds to meet your needs every day. To learn more about our internet and Wi-Fi choices, call or visit rittercommunications.com.
You know, if you've never had a breakaway at a layup or a wide open pass in football or had that situation, you might not understand what Yerta was going through right there. He had his man in the end zone and all that adrenaline pumping. He just missed him just a little bit to the left.
Yeah.
This is a completely different game. It's a game of inches, that's for sure.
Yeah, and that was a prime example of it right there.
So Heber Springs has got the ball back with a commanding lead now with 11:40 left to play in this football game. They're up 28-13. Westside's playing defense. They started this drive on the 15.
Well, I think the question now becomes for Heber, do you let off the accelerator a little bit and maybe try to kill some of this clock?
Well, you got to start thinking about it, but you can still maybe run some clock down and give it to Parker Brown, which has been successful so far. But we are 2 plays into this drive, and so far Westside defense looking good. 3rd down and about 4 left now for the Panthers with 11 minutes left in this ballgame.
Yeah, and the way the Westside offense operates, you can't allow much more time to run off this clock because time will become your enemy at that point.
And Westside, not a up-tempo offense. They don't do that.
No, that's not their wheelhouse.
And you can't try to do that all of a sudden. Everybody wants you to do that. It's just not what you do. Brown's out to the left-hand side, cross the 30. Good run for him, picks up the first down. And you point back. You go back to that third quarter, which was a wild third quarter. You had 4 scores between the two teams in that one, but it goes back to Cameron Hedger. Had a good run and then gets injured, comes off. The injury didn't really look good. He's still not back in this game. And then after that, again, the wheels kind of come off.
That was your turning point because shortly after that, you had the fumble. You gave up the bang-bang scores and put yourself in a 15-point hole here.
Caden Brown or Parker Brown out to the right-hand side goes out of bounds, and he picks up that score. And again, so it's really 14 unanswered for the Panthers, and it's been a tough second half of play. Things looked good earlier. Yeah. You felt like the Warriors were playing their game, even though it was tied. The Panthers picked up that little bit of momentum, and then it was just, again, that injury. And I watched Darvin Fowler when Hedger was down on the field. And he walked off, and he kind of just threw his hands up in the air. He had that reaction.
Yeah.
And you feel for him. I mean, that's his guy. That's a fellow senior. It's his classmates, all these things. But, again, it was right after that Montana Neely rushes out on the field kind of in a hurried way. The punt goes south, and you can just feel the air come out of it. Fumble. And there's a fumble on the ground.
Covered by Westside.
It is recovered by the Warriors. Colton Carter on the recovery for the Warriors. And a little bit of life now for Westside. Well, that is what you want to see.
Well, right there on the Cline environmental replay, you can see that's pretty much the first mistake that Parker Brown's made all night. Just didn't secure the ball, and Colton Carter right there to fall on it. And, Westside has had some opportunities here. They had the interception, gave them a second lease down there on the end of the field where they were close to scoring, and now you force the fumble here close to midfield, and you've got to take advantage of these situations when you're gifted the ball like that.
Well, there's a lot of positives in this game for Westside. I mean, you feel a little down because of the way it's gone. Fowler rumbles ahead, and he gains probably a couple of yards there, so 2nd down and 8. But I think the reason you're maybe a little down is because it's a lot has gone their way. You've had 3 turnovers on our defense, and offense looked good there to the point Hedger went out.
Right.
You still got a chance here. Again, they just don't play a fast, up-tempo game, and that's what makes this so tough.
Yeah, that's what makes this even more challenging than normal to overcome a 2-score deficit. But, you see it like right now, you've got a little bit of miscommunication and maybe a little bit of confusion. You're seeing a totally different set now as Yerda's back in the shotgun with bunch receivers to the near side.
Yerda to throw. Yerda flushed out of the pocket, steps up and fires. Good move by Gus Yerda, but really nothing there for him, and that brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, that was great move by him to avoid the sack, but at the same time, I think there was miscommunication between the quarterback and the receivers because there wasn't really anyone close to catching that pass.
There was a lot going on in the backfield. Seemed like a little confusion.
Seemed like a lot of confusion there because you had, all 3 of your receivers move, and then you had Fowler, move to one side, then move to the other side, then move back to the left side of Yerda. And you can tell, Westside's having to do some things now on offense because of the clock that they're not real comfortable with. And now you see, a timeout having to be called, and also offensive coordinator is not happy right now.
No, Bobby Engel has to take a timeout, which is the last thing you want to do down big in a game with 9 minutes left. And so the timeout is called. We're going to go to break. Westside trails 28-13.
Ritter delivers more value to our customers with Watch TV Everywhere. It's the free extra service that lets you watch favorites from your TV package on the go. Take a few minutes to sign up at RitterCommunications.com and you'll be all set to explore many channels and on-demand shows on any internet-connected computer, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Watch TV Everywhere. Another great way Ritter delivers the choice, convenience, and value you want.
Warriors certainly not out of this game, but a little bit out of their element with 9:13 left to play. The clock up against them. It's 3rd down and 8. They've been in the gun the last 2 plays, Marcus, and again having a little trouble with that formation.
Yeah, that's you had a quick teaching moment, I guess, during the timeout. And the shotgun set with the bunch receivers is not that's the first time we've seen that formation this year, and so it was and you're seeing it now again to the other side, but you're in a situation where you have to be able to move the ball.
Yarda rolls out left-hand side, keeps it, gets close to that first down marker. The sticks were dropped there as the play kind of developed ahead of that, and we're going to be close to that first down.
I do not blame Mr. Chain Gang there for completely bailing out because you had, several players keying in on your position, and I got run over one time down at Lepanto shooting highlights. My 15 seconds of fame, Marcus Monk ran me over in the end zone, and that's not fun.
Yeah, I got hit. Actually, funny, by a PK Kirk at Pocahontas one night.
Yeah.
And you realize really quickly they're wearing pads and you're not, and they're bigger than you are, and it's tough. Westside does get a new set of downs. 9:06 left to play in this game, and they are really they're in a kind of a spread. It's shotgun, Fowler in the backfield. Fowler breaks one tackle, spin move up the middle. What a run by Darvin Fowler, and that brings up 2nd down, 1 or 9 minutes left to play in the game.
You see here on the Cline environmental replay, and you can run out of the spread, and here's the evidence of it right here. You spread them out to run it. Great moves by Fowler there to pick up positive yardage and keep the chains moving.
So this is as fast as I've ever seen Westside move football since I've been calling games the last 4 or 5 years. The Bobby Engle era, as fast as I've seen them move it. Yerta keeps it, bootlegs out right, slips, breaks one tackle. Not sure how he got any yardage on that play at all with everything that was happening to him there. Does bring up 3rd down and short, so they are in position. There's 8:20 left in the game.
Yeah, I'm like you. I don't know how he didn't go down right there because his foot kind of came right out from under him, and he was able to regain his balance and still gain positive yardage and get this to a manageable 3rd and 3.
8 minutes left, so tick-tock for Westside. They are moving, though. They clearly worked on some up-tempo here. It's easier to do in install than it is out here live. You also don't have Cameron Hedger there. It's a leader in your backfield, so you've got some guys in. But handoff goes straight up the gut to Fowler, moves ahead. He is near that first down. I think he's got it.
I think he does, too.
And so that should stop the clock and pick up a new set of downs. 7:39 left to play in the game. And Westside is moving the football. You'd ideally like to give yourself 5-6 minutes. You're going to go for an onside kick.
Right.
Just because of the time. But you'd love to maybe the next minute or two get that score.
Yeah,
here.
you've gone to the up tempo, which is honestly, in full disclosure, I'm shocked at the change in the formation and the way they've been able to pull this off and move the ball. But yeah, you got to get in the end zone within the next 60 to 90 seconds.
Crane goes in motion. Yerta fakes the handoff, passes over the top. He's got Montana Neely open, and he missed him wide. Neely got to backpedaling. He had him backwards in the end zone. There is a flag on the play.
Let's take a look at the replay here while we decide what the flag is.
Holding Westside.
Throws it deep, and it's just out of the reach. Neely kind of got turned around a little bit, and it was just out of his reach. And you said the holding penalty?
Holding on Westside. That went from almost touchdown to a 10-yard loss for the Warriors. And I'll say it looked like a pretty good pass from Yerta. And like you said, Neely spun around to look for it, kind of lost his balance. If he keeps striding there, that pass was really in a good spot. Just a misconnection. Again, you don't pass the ball a whole lot.
Right.
And you're having to do it here, so you're a little out of your element.
Well, and kudos to Yerta there because he put it where only his guy could get it.
He did. It was not – you cannot throw an interception, and he didn't do that. Pitch out to Fowler, left-hand side. Looked like some laundry down on the field right there around the 40-yard line. That does not need to be on Westside.
Well, and where that's thrown, I mean – historically that's going to be a hold, but we'll see. You see the Westside players starting to kind of back up a little bit, so that's not a good sign.
False start or legal procedure on Westside of some sort, and so it's a 5-yarder.
So here's what I don't understand, because normally when that's called, the play's blown dead. So I don't know if it was blown dead and
yeah,
we're
we're in the glass. You don't hear the whistle, but apparently nobody else did.
We're inside of the cone of silence here in the press box, because it's the most soundproof press box I've ever been in.
Yes. Congratulations to
so we couldn't hear when the whistle was blown. Nonetheless, it's another penalty on Westside.
Clock's moving again. 6:45 left to play in the game, and it's first down, but you got to do something quickly here. You don't have all the time in the world. Yurda's going to pass and hit from the blind side. He is hit from the blind side by the Panthers. Number 21, Chris Edwards. Clock will run. Second down. The Warriors only have one timeout left.
Yeah, watch Edwards come here on the blitz. He comes pretty much untouched and gets to Yurda before Yurda can get rid of the ball, and that's the last thing you want in that situation.
It is 2nd and 38. So, and again, Yurda and Montana Neely were close to connecting on a pass there. Just didn't happen.
Yeah, you miss a touchdown by mere, I don't even want to say inches, probably centimeters, just out of the reach of Montana Neely, and now you're, second in the county line.
Timeout, Bobby Engel. And I believe that may be their last timeout.
Yes, I believe so.
So 5:49 left to play. It is 2nd and 38. Warriors trail at 28-13.
Ritter delivers more value to our customers with Watch TV Everywhere. It's the free extra service that lets you watch favorites from your TV package on the go. Take a few minutes to sign up at rittercommunications.com and you'll be all set to explore many channels and on-demand shows on any internet-connected computer, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Watch TV everywhere. Another great way Ritter delivers the choice, convenience, and value you want.
Well, it's been a tough night for the Warriors here in the second half. You see Cameron Hedger on the bench there. He left with a right leg, we believe ankle or foot injury. 5:49 left to play in this game. Warriors trail 28-13. They were driving, knocking on the door, almost had a touchdown pass. Just missed that connection, and then things started going backwards. A holding penalty. Then you had a sack. Then you had a legal procedure, false start, something like that. And now we are 2nd and 38.
Yeah, you went from you had an uphill climb anyway, and now you're almost going straight vertical with your climb here to try to claw your way back into this.
Started to feel pretty good about where you were at. They were running a little up-tempo there, and Fowler's taken down quickly. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 37.
Well, and you're in a situation now to where the defense knows what's coming. They know what you're going to have to try to do here.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. They pretty well know you're going to have to pass. They can keep an eye out for a little draw play, something like that. But you're 3rd and 38. There's not a whole lot you can pull out. You got to have the yards. You're in a do or die situation. They can go into prevent.
Well, and now you've had Gershurda have to leave the game because he had an open cut, and so you bring in your backup, Colton Carter. So the hits just keep coming. You're 3rd and 38, and now you're facing it with your backup quarterback.
Just crossing under 5 minutes. Colton Carter drops back, and he is sacked by Parker Brown. That's appropriate. So 4:50 left to play in this game, and it is 4th down.
You see Brown sneaking up into the equation there on the replay. On the blitz, comes untouched. I'm not sure whose responsibility that was on the blitz there, but whoever it was didn't hone in on their assignment, and you're 4th and 45.
I ain't seen that one.
I've not seen that. The only one that comes to mind for me that I've seen, I've not seen anything like that in person, but you did have the Mississippi State, Louisiana Tech, where they had the fumble upon fumble.
Brown takes the punt as Westside just takes their medicine a little bit there, and Hey, 4th and 45. The punt may be the best play call you got in the back there.
I mean,
you can flip through that
goodness.
playbook all you want to, but it ain't there. I mean, there's nothing for 4th and 45.
Yeah, that's.
And you don't really want it to get away from you, and maybe you get a turnover, something like that. But that's a tough situation there, and it's just been a bizarre second half.
It really has.
Westside.
It seemed like the first domino to fall, the domino of negativity to fall, was Hedger getting injured, and from there it's just I don't know. I'm at a loss for words.
Things were going so well, and then it just kind of, like I said, just fell off the tracks a little bit. Parker.
Good stop there by Connor Crane on Parker Brown. And, now you're inside of 4 minutes and you're down 2 scores. You're in the danger zone. You're going to have Heber's going to have to help you out at this point. They're going to have to, put the ball in the air, and you're going to have to get a pick six or a fumble return for a touchdown or something to have an opportunity here. But now you're going to see Heber kind of slow things down, because I think this is the first time tonight they've had to play clock approaching 10 seconds before they snapped it.
3.5 left to play in the game. Heber's got the 28-13 lead. Like you said, it's going to take a mistake by the Panthers, and the Warriors get in the backfield there.
Yeah, that's another good stop. You got to figure fatigue may start to hinder Brown a little bit.
Got a high workload, plus he plays on both sides.
He plays on both sides of the ball. He's had a lot of carries, a lot of long plays. Even before he found his way into the end zone, he had a couple of big punt returns that were called back because of penalties. So he's getting high mileage tonight.
He's had a good game. He would certainly
really
be your
has.
player of the game.
That
doesn't even count all the stuff he had called back early in the game. Lindley rolls out, left side, looks to pass, keeps it, crosses the 50, and goes out of bounds at the 45 with 2:36 left to play in the game.
Yeah, and you get the defense keying in on Brown, and then Lindley does what he was doing early in the game with scrambling and making something out of nothing, basically.
Heber Springs came into this game having trouble stopping the run. They were 0-2 with losses to Clinton and Southside. They have effectively managed the run. They didn't have to put up with a healthy Cameron Hedger in the second half, so that was obviously don't want to take anything away from them, but that didn't help Westside's case. And then they stepped up, and then the offensive side of the ball, things kind of exploded. They're going to go with the little pooch kick on 4th and 2.
That's a great kick.
It was a really good kick. It takes a Warrior bounce, but they down it inside of the 15, and with 2:28 left to play, that's where Westside will take over.
Well, that, to kind of go back on that kick, I mean, it is a low line drive kick, and you're thinking, okay, this is going to hit and bounce and roll into the end zone, and when it hit, it just kind of died. I mean, it moved backwards in Westside's favor a little bit, but if we were betting on that kick beforehand, I would have lost money, because I would have said that's going into the end zone. But that's the kind of night that Heber's had here in the second half. I mean, it's just everything's kind of fallen their way.
Everything's gone right, everything's gone wrong for Westside. It just goes that way sometimes too. That is the game. 2:28 left to play in this football game. Westside with the ball, trailing 28-13.
Weston Watlington with I believe that's his second carry on the night. Colton Carter's in at quarterback, and I don't know if that's a decision that was made. You're kind of facing the inevitable at this point, so maybe you don't want to get Yerta hurt, and you want to get Carter some meaningful snaps here, because you never know. I mean, as we've seen tonight, one play can turn your whole offense around, and so you may need him to have a little game time experience.
Already got Hedger on the bench with the right leg injury, and Watlington is the heir apparent to this running game with 3 senior backs. And Gus Yerta, you got Carter in there now. And we saw that. We saw towards the tail end of the Engel era there where you started to see Gus Yerta starting to get some snaps in games where you were up, games when you were down, sometimes in games where it was close. And same with Cameron Hedger, same with Connor Crane, Darvin Fowler.
Yeah, I mean, you hear the old saying from coaches all the time, the reserves are one play away from becoming the starters. So, and obviously we've seen that happen tonight.
Oh, that was a little bit of a late hit there.
Yeah, a little bit of a late hit there. Not a bad looking pass there from Carter.
Oh, I didn't think so at all.
Out in front of his receiver a little bit, but I mean, certainly a catchable ball, and then probably should have been a late hit penalty, but I mean, you know, let's face it here, 28-13 with a minute 20 left, you're probably not getting that call.
Something you see a lot, it seems like, when these guys come in.
Yeah.
It looks like it's moving really fast for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he kind of just, everything was rushed right there.
Yeah.
You know, there was no reason. There was nobody really anywhere near him, and you see that a lot of times out of these sophomores when they get in these games. It's like everything is sped up for them. You always hear the term moving too fast, and looked a little bit like that. He rushed the pass, and there was really no need to. But, you know, it's easier said than done when there's big old dudes across the line from you there trying to come get you. And, yeah, just stand there and take your time. You got plenty of time.
Yeah. It's a big jump from freshman and junior high to sophomore and senior high.
Oh, boy, absolutely. 50 seconds left in this game. Again, Westside trailing 28-13. Carter keeps it, goes out left side, got a little room to run, and goes out of bounds at around the 40. That'll stop the clock with 40 seconds left.
That's a good scramble by Carter. He's still, you know, talk about guys that, you know, you're not seeing him let up any. I mean, he's making the most of his time out there and playing all the way through the whistle. I mean, that's what you want to see from your reserves is, you know, even in a situation like this, when it's 28-13, you see the guys playing hard and finishing.
40 seconds left to play. Here in Cleburne County, you're watching Westside Warriors football on Tubetown. Run goes up the middle.
Nice run.
Gavin Dodson on that run.
Yeah, getting some numbers I'm not as familiar with here late in the game. That's a nice run. Lowered his head, got a few extra yards there, moved the chains.
33 seconds now left. Ball's on the 45-yard line. Inside of Panther territory, we got 30 seconds left. Maybe a play, maybe another. And Westside will head to the house. Handoff goes up the middle.
It's Watlington.
That's Watlington there. And
look at him keeping his
run.
feet. How
Still
about that?
on his feet all the way down to the 15-yard line. So he gets a little energy there with 13 seconds left to play in the game.
Look here on the replay. You see he's first man through, just fighting off tackles, spinning, keeping those legs moving. Moves the ball down inside the 15-yard line. Nice run for the sophomore.
A long bus ride home. A touchdown at the horn would make you feel a little better. 8 seconds left. Got one play to get off here. It's a keeper up the middle by Carter, and that will end the game. So our final score here tonight is 28-13 as Heber Springs takes over in the second half. Things come off the rails a little bit for the Warriors. You just hope Cameron Hedger's not out for any extended period of time, but the Panthers win this one 28-13.
Yeah, you kind of got to take your licks here and go home, and you don't have much time to recover from this one. You've got to get over this quick because conference play starts next week back in the friendly confines of Warrior Stadium for homecoming against Truman. And, you know, if you followed us over the past few years, you know, the Truman game, it seems like there's always a little bit of craziness that surrounds it in one way or the other. So you got to recover quick here, and as you said, you just hope that Hedger is able to be at full speed next week.
I don't even want to talk about the Truman game last year, Marcus. That was something else. But
that was interesting.
Yeah, so we'll have that rematch, and it should be a good one. It will be right here on Tubetown. It is homecoming, so we'll have that one for you about 6:55 probably next Friday night. A little recap for you here. Westside took an early lead with Cameron Hedger rushing for a touchdown to make it 7-0. That followed up a 77-yard touchdown drive by Heber Springs with a 32-yard connection between Lindley and Yancey to make it 7-all. That was our halftime score, was 7-7. And then all heck broke loose in the second half. Westside took a quick lead to make it 13-7 on a 35-yard rushing touchdown, a 51-yard drive. Cameron Hedger capped that one off prior to his injury. They missed the extra point, make it 13-7. Then a 64-yard touchdown drive for Heber Springs, 19-yard rush to cap it off by Parker Brown. Extra point was good, made it 14-13 Heber Springs. Then we had a 5-yard touchdown run, which was after the Hedger injury. A short punt that went to Caleb Jones all the way down to the 5. A 5-yard touchdown run by Brown made it 21-13. Warriors did recover a fumble And then it turned into a Heber Springs 43-yard touchdown. Xander Lindley to Easton Cusick made it 28-13 Heber. Westside did have 3 turnovers in this game. A good interception by Montana Neely. But in the end of the day, it was 28-13 at the end of the third. And then finally, this game capped off at a 28-13 victory after a 4th and 45 punt by Westside. Just trying to give you an idea of some of the things that happened in this game. It was a wild one. 28-13 is our final score. Westside falls to 1-2. Heber improves to 1-2. We will see you next week about 6:55 here on Tubetown. You have been watching Westside Warriors football presented by Denver's Refrigeration and Cline Environmental. For Marcus Carlton, I'm Blake Gwynn. So long from Cleveland County.
Refrigeration is a proud supporter of